this down, John.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, good morning, everybody. I'm sorry. I thought I had scheduled this live. I must have forgot. But yeah, here we are. Beavis and Butthead, Batman and Robin, Albert Costello, Lauren Hardy, whatever you want to call us. Thank y'all for joining us. Yeah, it's going to be a while, John, but they'll join us in a minute. What's been going on since last week, John? Any good news?
Well, I had a troubling incident yesterday. I was walking to the bank. Now, their holidays aren't like ours. First of all, banks are not open on Saturdays. But yesterday was a holiday, which I didn't know that. It was the end of Ramadan, I believe. But while I was walking to a bank, a policeman, he had a helmet on. He was on like a private motorcycle. It wasn't a police motorcycle. He started beeping his horn at me. So I get people beep at me. So I waved at him and I kept walking. Well, I heard a voice and I turned around and he had gotten off his motorcycle, took his helmet off. It was motioning me to come to him. So I did. And first he asked me if I spoke Visayan, and I said no. And his English was not the greatest, but I mean, we could understand each other. He said that the police were starting a new program to identify foreigners here, and he wanted to take my picture and get my information. So, I mean, he's got a 45 strapped on his hip. I don't want to tell him no. So I said, sure. So he was very polite to me, but he ordered a pedicab driver to pull over, and he really wasn't. He really wasn't nice about it. And after the pedicab pulled over, he had the pedicab driver take a picture of me, and he was standing off a couple feet from me. I don't know if he thought I might run or what, but they took my picture. They took my name. He wanted my nationality, my age, and he wanted to know exactly where I lived. I told him the street, and he wanted to know the exact place that I lived. So I told him, of course. And then he gave me this and said if I get into any trouble or have any problems to call them. So I don't know what to think about this.
That's kind of strange, John, because you know I ride my bike every day. And after you told me that, I rode by, just a gang of police. I'm like, oh, okay, here it goes. They're going to take my picture and stop me. They never did. And then, remember my next door neighbor? Yes. He's sitting there right by the police. They never bothered him.
I don't know what that was about. My wife's kind of concerned. She doesn't want me to leave the house without her, thinking maybe a setup or something. I don't know. Maybe it's nothing.
Yeah, it's kind of concerning to me, John, because a lot of these police over here, they're not good guys. They will set you up like that and try to extort you. So I'm hoping that they will stop me to sort of relieve your. But remember, they sometimes people think I'm Filipino.
Yes. So we'll see.
Hey, love and freedom. Good to see you here, Adam Chenoweth. Some of the guys on here, John.
Okay.
Yeah. TJ Johnson, what's going on?
I had to twist his arm, but Calvin has reluctantly given me access to a Tennessee tuxedo. So
yeah,
we'll try that and see how that works. I'll let you know next week.
Yeah. And give us an honest review, John.
Oh, I will. Know.
But I'm not going to review that other PO because I got some strange side effects on that damn LaBouche. It works. It's still working like 3 days later, but it's making my legs kind of feel cramped up or something. I don't know. It's just a funny feeling.
Maybe it's that magic carpet ride.
Oh, yeah. And that could be true. It could be because the guy said, maybe you strained yourself. Yeah, but I'm kind of concerned about that, John, really, because a lot of these police here, man, you know, they're on drugs, some of them. Most of them are good guys, but some of them are sell drugs and some of them on drugs, man. I hate for him to try to extort any money and thing out of you.
Well, and that's one of the reasons why I'm glad you let me bring it up, so get it out there anyway. Now, you know, I'm starting in my third year. I have had no issue. I had one small issue with the police, but that's another story for another time. But usually they treat me very well, so we'll see what happens.
Criselle says she's present. She's running late. She was working out. All right, Chriselle?
She works out every day. Now, Chriselle, we are waiting for your video. We are dying to see it.
Yeah. What's the first thing we're going to talk about, John, today?
Well, Calvin has said a couple times the women he interviewed, have gone rogue. They're talking to all these guys. They're taking money off all these guys. Well, one half of the women that he interviewed for me is one of them, and it's not Annie. Annie is still as pure as the driven snow, and I hope that we don't corrupt her. But please, guys, don't send women that you haven't met any money. Don't try to buy them. I think that's what happens. Americans try to buy them, and you have to understand, these women, a lot of them have never eaten in a nice restaurant. They've never slept in a bed. Their houses have no electricity, no running water. So $10 or $20 is a fortune to them. So you could send them $300, $400, $600 a month. Just don't do it.
But they don't believe me when I tell them that, John. See, when you told them that Vanessa has her own house, I know what they were thinking. Oh, she's doing good. She has her own house. But hell, you don't understand what the house looks like over here.
You don't want to live in. I've never been in her house. She may have a dirt floor. I know she doesn't have any electricity or running water in it. I mean, it's a house, but not our kind of house.
Yeah. Hey, Philippines, my paradise. Thanks for stopping by, Ned. Appreciate your support. Don't make me wait. Don't make me roll out of it. Says, hey, those pills are trouble, John. He said.
Well, we'll see.
We'll see. Let us know, John.
So if I don't see you guys again, it's been nice.
What's up, Bobby G? In Denver. Yeah, a lot of times, when I tell these guys, John, when I told them the peso to the dollar, I think that was a good suggestion because, guys, $100 to you may not mean a lot, but that's like you giving somebody in America $5,000.
A full month's pay.
Yeah, it's a full month's pay.
I mean, that's a lot of money.
So kind of line it up like that, and you'll save a lot of money, and you won't corrupt a woman over here. Any of their free money is good money over here. It's going to help them. You don't have to try to be a savior and you're going to change their life. You're going to corrupt them.
I agree. Now, there's been 4 or 5 guys that have talked with Annie and said, I'll send you money. I'll send you money for your family. Just only talk to me. She's been honest because I know her parents, and if she pulled any of this crap, we'd have a big fight. But she would tell them, I'm not going to make you no promises. I want to get to know you and then go from there. So that's the way to do it, guys.
Yeah, we put them on layaway. We try to buy them. And what happens is we corrupt them. When you send a woman over here who's used to, now Vanessa was used to making 50 pesos a day. Now some guy sends me an email says, she's gotten me out a couple of thousand. Well, what do you expect?
I mean, that's like 5 years' wages.
Yeah, I'm saying, what do you expect? I mean, if you send them money like that, a lot of them are going to turn it down, and then next thing you know, that's just him that she's got a couple of thousand out of. There's no telling how many other guys, because they see how easy it is, and they say, well, hell, if he send me a couple of thousand, maybe this other guy send me a couple of thousand, and they do.
Now, Vanessa's been avoiding me. I haven't seen her in about 3 months or 2 months. It's been quite a while. And that village is pretty small. But when we interviewed her, compared to the last time I seen her, which was about a month later, she looked a lot better. On 50 cents, $1 a day here, you're not eating right and everything else.
Yeah.
I mean, so if you have absolutely nothing, you can't even get enough food every day, and you got guys offering you more riches than you've ever had in your life.
So, because it's our thinking. We think, $200 is nothing. That's 10,000 pesos. That's like you giving my sister 10,000 US dollars. No, it's not the same on the exchange rate, but in comparison, it is.
Yes, it is.
Guys, I'm telling you that. You don't have to believe me. Okay, said, did John just take some, what did it say right here? Did John just take some what? Okay, here it is. Maxima says, did John just take some enhancements during the stream?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Calvin, better watch out later. Somebody asked there, what am I drinking today? Well, after last week, which I went way overboard, I barely remember the ride home. I'm taking it easy today. I did bring a little bit of something, but I'll wait till about 10:30 before I start.
Hey, old geezer, thanks for that super sticker. We really appreciate it, man. Jason Flint, what's going on? Good to see you. There's your buddy Clayton Maris on here, John.
Oh, I tell you what, I enjoy him. I can't wait till he gets over here.
Thomas King says, I'm going to stop sending money. Well, that's a good idea. Now, don't get me wrong, guys. We're not picking on Vanessa.
No.
We've corrupted her. Trust me, because she's a good woman, but hell, to send money like that.
And if a foreigner was here and met her, she'd probably be a perfect wife.
Yeah.
So, but like you said, we're corrupted.
And there's nothing wrong with taking care of a woman. You see, I take care of my woman. John takes care of his. It's nothing wrong with that. Once you get over here and meet them, you know they're legitimate. But guys, we're sending money to women we've never met.
And a lot of it.
A lot of it, man. And it's really corrupting them. And on that subject, John, John was here and I went on Manila Times. That's where I get a lot of stuff from. The AIDS cases are surging over here, guys. And see, that's what I'm trying to tell you. I know I took a lot of flack when I tell you, hey, come over and take your girlfriend to the doctor and blah, blah, blah. But they got the fastest growing AIDS epidemic in the world over here. Now, let me put this out there too, John, because I'm full disclosure. Most of them are gay men. Most of the new cases are gay men and transgender. But there are some women in there.
Yes.
So just be careful, guys.
The figures that Calvin showed me said 855 cases, new AIDS cases per month, but 800 of them were men and the other 50 were women. So.
Yeah, women. So, but it's still something to, I was telling John, I share with you guys my boots on the ground experiences. My mistakes become my secrets I share with you. I did not do that. But if I was new and coming over again, if I could do it all over again, John, which I can't, I would take the test, man. I would have them go to the doctor with me. We got lucky, John. That's all it is.
Well, when I first came over, it was a province girl, but after that, a lot of them weren't, so I'm lucky.
Chriselle says, who wouldn't get inspired with Calvin? He's 50 plus and got abs. Let's keep moving. Well, I tell you, get on this Filipino diet over here, John. You lose some weight.
It's really helped me. I'd probably put on 20 or 30 pounds since I've been here, but he works out. I don't. Yeah.
And this is something, that you're going to have to do something to get over it, guys, or you're going to get bored.
Yes.
And my next door neighbor, I feel so sorry for him. About 5 o'clock every day, John, I ride past that little place. He's sitting there by himself drinking. And I don't know. Well, he's 80, supposedly. So
he's in good shape, though.
He's in great shape.
Next time you ride by and see him by yourself, please let me know because I'll go up and keep him coming. He's a hell of a guy. I really like him. I don't mind.
Because see, I don't drink, and see that's if I drank, I would stop. Because I don't drink.
If you ever got talking to him, he's my favorite expat over here next to you, Calvin.
Yeah. Hey, Jason Flint, thanks for that super chat. He says, "Is it true that Filipinos eat rice with everything? I heard recently they would rather eat rice over any meat, which as an American seems crazy. Absolutely, they eat rice with every meal, and they eat a lot of it. They'll have a big plate of rice and then a few little chunks of fish surrounding the rice, and you got to understand, rice will fill you up. That's one of the reasons I think they do.
Oh, I do too.
And it's their bread over here. Like in America, we eat bread with just about every meal. So
and it used to be potatoes.
Yeah, so rice is like their bread because they don't put anything on it. And I can't eat rice. I gotta put soy sauce on, man. And they look at me all crazy. I'm sorry. I looked up some figures the other day. I was talking to somebody about this. The average American, from what I found on the internet, and how much you can believe that. The average American eats 225 pounds of meat a year. The average Filipino only eats 60. So that if you got these ones eating 60, there's a lot of them that eat a whole lot less than that. They will choose rice over meat every day of the week. They crave rice. They're addicted to it. Michael Firestone says 46.30 right now. Well, that's probably through your Remitly or one of those places. We just checked it. It's 47.83. That's probably what Remitly or Western Union is paying. But no, it's actually 47.83.
Yes. But now I thought, wherever, that's what Western Union.
Something like that. Yeah, Chriselle says $100 is our grocery budget for the month.
Yeah.
And thank you, Chriselle, because we're trying to get John's wife to sit in with us one week because she can, validate a lot of the things we're saying,
Yes.
and it makes a lot more sense coming from people like Chriselle than me and John. See, Chriselle says $100 for the whole entire month, guys. But we'll send it over there every damn. She's getting that 2 or 3 times a week.
Yeah, I mean,
she's balling.
If
now
I give my wife, we called her allowance. I give her $60 a week, and that's more if I was doing it for the family. And that's something else. I'll get into that. But I would send $20 to $40 a week to the family. Now, like I said, I give my wife $60, but I make her pay for her own haircuts. If she wants a pedicure, she wants clothes, that's all, or give it to her family.
Yeah.
But that put your wife in a bad spot. The reason I say that was last Christmas, she had all these relatives on all these islands calling her up, hitting her up for Christmas presents. Finally, she hung up the phone one day and said, I should have married a pedicab driver. So if I had to do over again, I would take my girlfriend or my wife's mother and give her, like I said, whatever you can afford, $20 to $40 a week, and tell everybody, you need money, you go to her. Don't come to my wife, go to her. Put it on the mother.
That's great advice. See, that's advice I gave before. That's the only person I will help in the family is the mother, and I do it. Even to this day, even my son's mother, I give her money, but nobody else, because she's the center of influence. They're going to come to her anyway. See,
the women are the bosses.
So when you come over here, guys, some guy asked me, and I've said this before, what do you think I should bring her parents? You give them a few $1,000s, man.
Or
that's what
rice.
They need. Yeah, or a bag of rice. Don't bring them a T-shirt from Vegas. Yeah, they'll appreciate it, but hell, give them the money. They'll appreciate that.
Yes,
more.
they would.
Sam Champion says, John, I feel bad that a friend of mine has fallen victim to one of the Filipinos that is using him for money. He has been chatting with her since October and already sent over $2,000. Wow. I feel sorry too, Sam, and thanks for sharing that, because it's not just us and our stories. It's a lot of people. I've been trying my best, John, to get guys to tell me their horror stories, but we're embarrassed. That's why the police can't prosecute a lot of these cases, because the men won't come forward. They're ashamed. There's nothing to be ashamed about. I've been scammed one time, and I call it a scam because the lady didn't ask me for money. She agreed to come and see me. I bought the plane ticket, and she said, "Oh, I need money
for travel."
For the mother.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm be with you. So I sent her $3,000. I spent $3,000 on that, and then I spent another $3,000, $3,500 on the plane ticket. Well, she never came, so I was out. So she scammed me that way. So it's nothing to be ashamed about. This is what my channel is about. We need to help each other.
Help each other.
Let these new guys know what you're going through if you've been scammed or whatever. Good news, the good and the bad, guys.
Yeah, we need that.
JH says, where's the Tandy White, John? Over here. Over here. Where's the Tandy White?
Well, Mama was awful proud of me last week, so I thought I'd take it easy today.
I kind of figured, John, that your wife had got on your case. You look pretty sober Sunday. On that picture, you went to Richmond Park.
Yes, I had a little bit of Tanguay that day, but not much. I don't drink every day. I mean, and I don't go on like 2-day drunks or anything like that.
Yeah.
I drink out of boredom, and I need to find some other things so I don't drink as much.
Bobby G says online dating seems to be a very lucrative business for Philippines. It is. I did a video. I said the best job in the Philippines is an online relationship with a gullible foreigner.
I agree.
And it is. I'm talking about, that's a lot of money, guys.
Well, Sam Champion said his friend sent that girl $2,000. A specialist doctor here only makes about $2,000 a month. So I mean, that's your comparison there.
I already told him a frontline nurse here earns about $600.
See, I didn't think they got that much.
Yeah, well, they gave him a raise.
Okay.
It was less than that. It was like $400, $450 or something like that. But they working so hard now because of COVID, all those long hours, they raised it up. Okay.
John, don't stand up. Come and move your phone back.
Yeah. Mr. Free said, who made who Who made you the simp? Army is our enemy. Don't be a simp. Okay. Well, when you send money like that, and I've done it before, I think we've all done it before, it does kind of make it harder on the new man coming in because they're going to expect him to send money, John. I think, and because no one, this isn't a secret, guys. Every woman who's dating a foreigner or chatting a foreigner, they tell everybody, hell, he sent me 500 last month. And then they want 500. They want a foreigner. See, now you said your girlfriend said something about how's her friends?
Well,
look at her.
My girlfriend is very shy, and I love to. Somebody, one of the viewers brought up, I can't remember who it was, that he'd like to hear the Filipino side about dealing with a foreigner. So I started practicing a little bit with her questions. We'd like to get her on next Friday. I don't know if we'll do it or not. But I asked her, I said, do your Filipino friends look down on you for having a foreigner, or do they look up to you, or neither? She said she has friends that see my picture and her on Facebook that she went to high school with, hadn't seen for years, and come in, they'll message her, congratulations, you won the sweepstakes. So that's how they think of that. And while we're on that, when you meet your Filipino while you're courting her, don't blow your whole wad. Like I say, a lot of these girls don't have running water or beds or electricity. When I met my wife, she did not want me to come to their fishing village because you heard that story, Calvin. The other foreigner came there a few years earlier and said, a bunch of squatters, and he got out. So I told her we'd meet in San Carlos. And she said, well, I don't have fare. Well, the fare is only 50 cents, but I sent her $10. Mm-hmm. And she said, I just said, oh, he must be good. He sent me $10. So just remember that, guys.
Yeah, it's a lot of money. You can't say that over and over. When we interviewed Vanessa, remember, I agreed to pay her fare and buy her lunch. She would not take that 500 pesos, but she had to.
Annie wouldn't take it. But did Vanessa say? I don't remember.
Yeah, Vanessa was acting out shy. Okay. Now I had to make Annie take that gas.
Oh, I know. Good. Fight with her.
Yeah. And that's sort of like that foolish pride I talk about. And foolish pride means something different over here. They take it as an insult, but it just means, acting shy, acting embarrassed to either accept help or ask for help when you need it. John, on my electronic community pantry, where I give away rice and food, people come over and they want to act shy like they don't want to take it. You better take that. You're hungry. Your family needs it. Don't act that way, okay? Now, I had to make a post on my Facebook page. Please don't be embarrassed if you're the winner. Come and get this food, But they would do that, man, and
especially the women.
The women would do it. No, the men would do it.
Men too, but especially the women.
The maintenance man, you see the curtain I got in my hallway. He came over, put that up. You see, it's nice to kind of save my air from going down the hallway. Well, it took him about 30 minutes, but hell, he did a great job. I tried to give him 200 pesos. He wouldn't take it. So you sit through this song and dance. Oh, that's okay. Blah, blah. For about a minute. Because I've been through it so much. I'm just sitting there like, okay, whenever this guy's going to get ready, here's the 200. He finds it. Okay, I'll take it.
So, and right there, so where everybody says, oh, they always want to steal your money off, but some do, but not all.
Majority of them don't.
Yeah.
No, majority of them don't. You run into, and I'm going to generalize on this one. The majority of Filipinos are honest people, They're not going to cheat you.
I agree.
They could easily cheat us over here, John, but they won't do it. That's why we're so, we're lucky that they aren't bad.
Oh, I agree, because we could really get
taken advantage of. We could really be in trouble over here. What could you do? You couldn't do nothing. We're at their mercy.
I mean, walk away. There have been some deals that I've walked away from.
Yeah, we're at their mercy. If they wanted to jump us or rob us or do all kind of things that they could do, they could. Let's take one of these questions, okay? It says, John with the fresh haircut.
You like it?
Is that the same haircut from last week? Wow.
50 pesos. And one of these days, I wouldn't mind doing a little small video on that. They take a straight razor or a razor blade. That's how they trim around your ears. I tell you what, it makes me nervous. But 50 pesos, $1. I always give them 200.
JX says, what do you mean by corrupted? How do they change, John?
You take these women that are really good women. If you would meet them here, marry them here, I mean, you could ask for no better. But when they start getting this big money, money changes people.
Yeah, money changes people. I don't care if you're in America, if you're
No, I agree.
And I'm talking about their standard of living skyrockets way up there. Now all of a sudden, now they're getting picky.
Yes. They start expecting more.
Yeah, they're corrupted. Now Gurkha 9 says LDR doesn't stand for long distance relationship. It stands for long distance remittance.
Oh yeah, there you go. That's about it too. I saw old geezer sent you some money too.
No, that was the one before.
Oh, okay. You already got him?
Yeah, I already got him.
Yeah, okay.
That was some because we're way behind.
Yeah, I see we are. Well, we're talking so much.
We're talking. But that's okay. Jason Flint, he already sent that. Remember?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a race. Yeah. Okay, I got you. I'm sorry.
Sam Champion says, what I have tried to show my buddies, the wants versus the needs. So many Filipino families don't have their priorities in order. They let their wants overpower their needs. They get money for free. Absolutely. And that's what I was telling John, but it's not all, remember we were at the resort and you saw those SUVs? He was like, I thought only rich people drove those. I said, no. I said, Filipinos are the same as everybody else. In America, you see people who got their priorities screwed up. They get a big, nice car, but they live in the project. Same thing over here. They're no different.
Well, especially as easy it is to buy something here because, like I said, there's no credit checks. There's no credit checks.
They don't vet you. That's why I put the Philippines #1 on my expat list, because you can get off the plane and within an hour, literally an hour, have your woman, place to stay, and your transportation. Nowhere else can you do that.
I agree.
America,
okay. I like this one. What do I use for my hair? You guys are going to love this. For shampoo, I use a bar Dove soap. I've used it for 15 years. This is just how it is. A lot of guys think it's a wig. It's not.
Yeah. So John is drinking from the fountain of youth. Wow, John says you're looking young.
Well, thank you. My wife's aunt and uncle and auntie, they were all telling me that the other day. But like I say, they think Calvin's gorgeous too. So.
Well, that's that Filipino makeover, John.
But I think they believe it.
Everybody gets that when you get over here. Got to be careful, because you're going to get it. You're going to look better than you really look, younger. Oh, yeah, John, he's so... They call John sexy, believe it or not. Right?
Yeah, I've never heard that before.
Yeah, until you get over here, that's part of the Filipino makeover. You're sexy, John. You look a lot younger. You don't look 61. You only look 59.
And a half.
Yeah.
So back to the fountain of youth. The Filipinos, when they talk to each other, they are so honest. They tell each other everything. My wife is 28 years old. She has a friend. They're about the same age, grew up the same village. Now, she married, and she's a nice-looking woman. She married a 75-year-old. They've been together 5 years. So that makes him 80 now. They have a child, like 2 years old. She was telling my wife the other day that he has sex with her 4 times a day. She goes, I get so tired.
80?
80.
Wow. Well, that's that rejuvenation I tell you guys about, but y'all don't believe me. 80. Now, that's pretty good, John.
As far as I know, he's not taking any Tennessee tuxedo either.
Hey, Carl Winters, he said, yo, shout out to John and Calvin stopping by before bed. He says 3:40 a.m. here. Wow, where are you, Carl?
He's in Europe, but I don't know what country.
Just came to say hi. We watch tomorrow. You guys rock. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, but, you really don't need the tuxedo pill. You don't need the LaBouche or anything to rock better, because it's true. A young, beautiful, sexy woman here is your Viagra, man. I thought something was wrong with me, John, because my wife over there, my American wife, of course, she had gained a lot of weight. I call her obese, and she just didn't turn me on anymore. And I was like, man, what's wrong with me?
Yeah.
maybe I need to get my testosterone checked. But hell, I got over here, man, and hell,
no problems at all.
rock steady, John.
Oh, it's nice here. And one of these days we need to talk about the age gaps. I don't think we want to do that today, but we need to talk about the age gaps because
we can talk about it a little bit.
Okay, I see a lot of haters on here. I'm 61. My wife's 28. I know 7 or 8 expats here that are older than me with wives about that age, and there's only 2 that I know of. The one with the 80-year-old, she bitches all the time. I think because she gets sex 4 times a day and it makes her so tired. And I know another expat. I'm not going to mention no names that I don't think his wife is happy, but most of them. I mean, I can't believe these young women. They love these guys. You can see it. I mean,
Well, we give them a new life, John. Not just the money and the standard of living. They have more freedom to express themselves, to be who they really are, to be human beings. Believe it or not, man, they've got campaigns going on over here. Protect the Filipino woman and stuff like that. They really got it bad over here in some cases, John. They had when I was in Jamaica before I got here, it was like protect the woman month or something, man. I promise you. Because, they're victims. I did a video on this before of a lot of abuse over here.
Probably the further you get into the province, too.
Yeah. And here's what the real story is, guys. It's not 80-year-olds and 20-year-olds. It's more like guys like me and John, 50 plus with 20, 30-year-olds. 50-year-old men who are still in good shape. We're still, able to bring something to the table.
Yeah.
And it's really not that big of an age gap. It's not that big of a difference. Because me and my girl, when we're together, I'm 20 years older than her. No one gives us even a second look, John.
As far as I know, neither with me and my wife. Now, I did ask her about that. She says she has heard a couple comments, but it'd be like young guys saying, hey, see what you can get if you got some money, and nothing really bad. Yeah. And now she did tell me when we first got together, she was 26. I was 59 or 60. And she said she was a little bit embarrassed being with an old man like that. She goes, but now I don't care. So
thank you, Robert Morris, for that super chat. He said, here in Vegas, they just mandated if you are fully vaccinated, you no longer have to wear a mask.
I've seen that.
I saw that today. A lot of places in the United States. But I would still, until we really get out of the woods, until we start treating this thing like we treat the flu, because everybody wants to compare it to the flu, but they don't realize we got a 100-year history with the flu. We've done all we can. We've got an effective vaccine. We know that certain amount of people are going to die from the flu every year. But we got all the knowledge we can get. This thing, we're only a year in, John. I would not start acting like that. Once I get fully vaccinated, I'm still going to wear my mask until we're fully in the clear, guys. So thank you, Robert. That's a great point, because I know, hell, they wasn't wearing their mask in America anyway. My daughter's in Kentucky. I can show you her Facebook page. She goes out just about every weekend in these packed clubs.
Okay.
No mask. I honestly believe that I've had COVID before. I'm just one of those guys where I don't get no symptoms.
I hope so.
If it's as rampant as they say it is, and I believe it, I've had it already. You probably had it. It just don't bother. We're one of the 99.7 people that don't bother you, man.
My brother got it, and he's 4 years younger than me. Never smoked. He's not in the greatest shape. He's a little bit heavy, and it about killed him.
Yeah, see, he's in that.
Yes.
Hey, Tati Sanders, congratulations again on the birth of your son. He says, my wife says she don't prefer rice over meat, but yes, she loves her rice. Well, see, the problem is most people, now both of my son's mothers, they never ate meat until they met me, basically. Now, my wife said that she used to, every Sunday, the father, because before he died, he worked for the government. He would go out and buy beef and make barbacoa. So every Sunday, one day a week, they would have meat.
Well, beef is the top of the tier here.
Now, a lot of Filipinos over here, they will raise chickens. That's why even in the nice areas, you see little chickens running around. So they'll eat,
once in a while.
Yeah, because it takes a chicken a while to grow over here. It's not like that 3-week chicken we got in America where they send it through the factory and hell, one day it's a chicken, next day it's in your freezer. But no, it takes a while. But yeah, most of them, they eat a lot of rice and vegetables.
And a little bit of fish.
That's why their BMI is so small over here. See, because I was telling John today, I said, you got to be careful when you see these shapely and small Filipinos. A lot of them there's a fat woman inside trying to get out. And once you get them on that daily regimen, 3 meals a day, watch out. And I'm not putting anybody down. Like I said, I don't like to use that word fat, but chubby. Okay.
I've had two out of the 7 that after they got with me and started eating right, they did put on weight. And that's something else. Putting on weight here is a little bit of a status symbol because you can afford it.
Yeah.
It shows that you're a little better off than other people.
Because my wife, when I brought her to America, she put on 55 pounds, man.
How tall was she? Because 55 pounds on a 4-foot woman's a lot.
She's about 5'1". It's a lot.
That's a lot of weight.
Everywhere, it was almost to the point where she became unrecognizable. And we'd go out. I took her to the casino one time. I seen one of my clients out there. And, women in America, people in America, when they get to a certain age, they don't hold their tongue. Mm-hmm. She asked her, well, how many months was she pregnant? Oh, man, I tell you what. I was embarrassed, but, I don't know. That's just how it is, man. They're eating better. You just got to be careful, So a lot of times because Filipinos, they're not the typical Asian women, man. They're mixed with a lot of stuff, man. They don't even look. I was riding my bike yesterday, man. I'm gonna tell you, I don't know if they were having some type of beauty pageant or some of the most beautiful women I've seen in the Philippines was in that little park area, John. About 10 of them, different little groups. And they don't look like Japanese, Chinese, Korean, or anything like that.
Well, there's a big variation on how the people look, especially island to island, in my opinion.
And so they're not the typical Asian women, man. They're not this straight up and down.
Some are.
You gotta realize the Spanish were here for 350 years. Okay, they left their mark. The original Filipino is a black. It's from Africa, the Ada. So they got that in there. They got the Polynesian in there. They got the Asian. So a lot of them look like Latinos to me. That's what they look like.
I told my wife that I thought a lot of Filipinos look like Mexicans, and I brought up I Googled pictures of Mexicans. So I'm going through. I said, "Where do you think this is?" And every time she said, "Oh, that's Philippines."
Yeah. And if you've been to Mexico,
yes,
they treat you the same.
I think the Filipinos treat me a little bit better.
Well, I guess because I was in Playa del Carmen.
You was at a
They
resort.
were trained to.
Yeah, I lived in the real province.
Hey, Shella Masita says, very well said. Good job as always, Sunshine. Thank you so much for that. Somebody called me shoe shine shoulders at the store the other day, but it was just the pronunciation.
So it was just a mistake.
They were trying to say sunshine shoulders, but they called me shoe shine shoulders. And I put that on my Facebook.
I don't know. I saw that. Oh, that's
and
good.
the woman said, she said, everybody knows who you are. Sunshine Shoulders in the city, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I don't know if that's a good thing. Really.
Yeah, really.
Because the wrong people, remember, we want to stay invisible.
Well, they got my picture. At least one policeman does.
Yeah, they got your picture, John.
Of course, you know me, when they did the picture, I smiled and waved.
England Davis says, hi, Daddy John.
Hello. And that's what my wife's family calls me, most of them, Daddy John.
And Sheila says, it's shameful they're asking money. But see, now the new trick is they don't ask for money. They make this sad story up to make you feel sorry for them that you're going to send them money. Because you guys have to understand, men and women, when you get over here, you cannot see the poverty level through that phone or through the computer. You just see the backdrop. Man, you're gonna see some stuff over here that's gonna really shock you.
I grew up in Appalachia in the 60s. The poverty here is worse.
Okay,
Look at Rory
Bellamy.
Yeah, there it is. There it is.
Okay, so, right.
You got Calvin. You guys twins.
Yeah,
that's funny.
Yeah, it's funny. Mr. Freeze, he's from Vegas. He said you guys need to at least taste the red pill.
I gotta look that up. I don't even know what
the red pill is. You take the red pill, you wake up and you see life as it really is. The blue pill is you go back to sleep and you don't see anything. You don't, you pretend.
That probably came from a movie.
Well, it is The Matrix.
Okay, see, I worked 2 and 3 jobs for 40 years. I have not watched a movie until since probably the early 80s, and I did. That's why.
But see, the red pill over here, John, simply means this. It's paid for play. That's the red pill in the Philippines.
But it is everywhere.
It is everywhere, but I mean, otherwise it doesn't work over here. They don't understand those type of concepts, But the red pill guys in the Philippines, it means when you come over here, it's paid for play. You're nobody special. They got beautiful men over here they can date and fall in love with.
Yes.
Okay.
But they don't have jobs.
Yeah, they don't have jobs and stuff. So the Filipino that dates you and wants to date you and chatting with you, you have something she needs.
Yes.
Not that she wants, that she needs, guys. And she's got something you want because you don't really need that.
And like I say, eventually, I think most of the time it turns into love.
It will.
I think it did in my case, and I know some of these other expats. I can tell these women love them.
It will. But the initial attraction, John, is the new life.
I agree.
It's this. They need
enough
that.
to eat every day.
That's right. Ennis Montgomery, thanks for that super chat. He said, "Hey, big brother Calvin, could a felon travel to the Philippines? Keep making us proud." Absolutely. And I tell you guys this story all the time. I've got a good friend. He spent 19 consecutive years in prison. Got out. He was worried. Can I get my passport? Absolutely. And he did, and he's been traveling ever since. Okay. That's all you need is a valid passport with at least 6 months still left on it to get her. Don't come here with 5 years and 29 days. The Philippines is petty like that. They're going to turn you around.
And while he's on to that, I went through get my driver's license, and hindsight, maybe I should have paid a fixer. I just don't like the corruption stuff. But every time you get a piece of paperwork here in the Philippines, before you take one step away from it, read it all over to make sure it's right. They do different names differently here. Here, they'll take your first name, put your mother's maiden name, regardless of what your name is, and then put your name. And they got all screwed up on my name and things like that. So you really look it over.
Yes, a lot. It's a lot of paperwork here, man. You just wouldn't believe it. And a lot of people, when they go to get a job, John, they have to go through so much and spend money up front before they even get the job. Wow. A lot of times when they got to buy the barangay clearance, the medical, they got to do all of that stuff first. And when my wife went to the United States, she was shocked how easy it was to get a job. She applied the same day and got hired the same day at the company. It's not gonna happen like that over here, guys.
Junk hair care products.
Let's see, Kiss. Keep it simple, Survivor said, Mr. Calvin. Hey, how you doing, Kiss? Do you have a Facebook channel? I'd like to call you out if you do. Brian Nichols said, no, the best job in the Philippines is online relationship with several gullible foreigners.
Yes,
that's true.
That's the highest paying job in the Philippines.
Not with one, but several.
Yes.
And see, I got that from my wife. My girlfriend. She was honest with me. She said, yeah, I was chatting with 3 guys, and they all sent me money. And I'm like, wow. She said, but I didn't ask for it. I said, yeah, but you didn't turn it down either. I'm sorry.
And she may have hinted around, it's kind of rough this week. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Well, they were Americans, John, and we've got that savior. I'm going to save you. I'm going to be the big protector. That's part of our culture. The man takes care of everything, the bills and everything like that. But over here, Edgar Castillo said if she's cute, send $500. Oh my God, it's a fortune, John.
Hey, dynamic duo. John has to pay for the last week. I took one already. You have to go to the beginning of the video to see it, though.
Kona Ranger, what's going on? Yeah. Carl Winter said, guys, if you send money to Fields, World Remit is cheap and costs only $2 fee.
But what kind of exchange rate do they give you?
Yes.
They get you both ways.
They get you both ways. They get you on the front end and the back end.
Exum was the one when I sent myself money that nailed me the worst. I only used them one time.
William says you put them on layaway. Absolutely, that's all it is. And there's no guarantee. Remember, it's first come, first serve over here. All right. I'm sorry, that's just how it is. So if you want to spend
non-refundable layaway.
Layaway. You want to spend all that money, go ahead, and then some guy meets her the week before, the week after this place opens, and he makes it over here before you. All your money's gone. I've seen it happen so many times. It happened for me. The only reason I'm here, sitting here in this room right now, is because I beat those other two guys here. I was already here, guys. That's the trick. If you're going to be online, do it over here. Then that way, when they start talking that money stuff, they all say, okay, I'm already on here.
Yes.
Go on and meet me at the mall or whatever. Hey, Dave, cool. Thanks for the super chat. You want to read that, John?
The PRA says on its website that they will now be accepting SRRV applications for 50 over. Yes, we've heard that. Might solve your visa issue, Calvin. What I've read on those, and Calvin may know more about it than I do, 50, but you still have to open up a bank account with like $20,000 to $50,000 in it. And I'm not sure if you would ever get that back. I do know that if a foreigner does have 50,000 US dollars in a bank here, if he dies and his wife goes to try to get it, she has to be able to pay the taxes on it up front. So
See, when we're gonna rent a van and go together to immigration next week. I'm gonna ask them, John. I'm gonna get it straight from the horse's mouth.
I'm gonna make a list.
I'm tired of I really appreciate that information, and it's true what he said. They're opening back up, but I just want to be for sure what my options are. Because I've got kids here. Maybe they'll let me stay. One guy said because of the pandemic, he told them about his wife being here. So he didn't have to even make the immigration run. They just signed him up for 3 more years. I was like, that'd be sweet right there. Because on the site, they say that you can extend for 6 months. That's 13,000 pesos. I'll pay that. Because I believe by next summer,
I hope so.
It should be open. But I'm gonna tell you, I don't know, man. It's like trying to patch up a sinking boat. The minute you patch one hole, another one opens. Now they're getting it under control in Manila, the COVID. Now it's in Zamboanga, Port-au-Prince. Yeah, I mean, people been dying here left and right, and it's scaring me.
Don't show photos of girlfriends.
Another thing while you're saying that, look, guys, if you come over, I think I said this before, get off of Facebook. Or, if you want to stay in touch with your family, just get on Messenger. You can chat them, you can FaceTime them and stuff like that. But over here, Facebook is the Bible. John, you said that you had to get off Facebook. What happened to your sister?
Calvin's talked about this before, and I will. I've had some ex-girlfriends here, like 6 of them, and I've left islands to get away from them. I've left towns to get away from them. I shut off Facebook. My daughter, poor thing, has had 3 of my exes. Well, one of those were from Mexico, though. Send her stuff, say, "Oh, please have your dad call me," and all this kind of stuff. So, I shut it off just to be invisible.
That's right. Mr. Guzman says, "Good to see you again, Calvin. This is awesome. Thank you, man. I appreciate your support." I had to get off before. And the only reason I'm on now is because of my Sunshine Shoulders Facebook page. I have to have a regular page to access that. Otherwise, I wouldn't be on there because I know what they'll do. They will really, my son's mother, she really really made my life so miserable with that old Facebook. I mean, it's as vast as the Philippines is. Facebook over here makes it small. You know, it says 6 degrees of separation.
Yeah, wasn't it like 98% of Filipinos are on Facebook or something?
Have Facebook, who have access to the internet. I mean, it's the Bible. Now, TikTok is the holy grail now. Everybody's trying to hit a home run for that. Let's see. Carl Winter says, I met my wife online. We video chatted for a year. She never asked for a damn.
You got a good one.
You got a good one.
There are good ones.
Yeah, remember, I'm not telling you guys that there's not good women online. I'm saying when you start sending that money like that, man, you're painting yourself into a corner. See, and it's only
sending a lot.
It's only a small fraction of women who date foreigners over here anyhow. And it even gets smaller when they get online, so you're limiting yourself. You know,
even if you do have a girl that's really, really struggling, a bag of rice is what, $21, $22.
Yeah,
that will last a family of 3 weeks, 4 weeks if they're careful, if they're really desperate. Yeah, maybe $30 a month or $40 a month, not just thousands.
No, we're sending way too much. And I told you, man, line it up like you would, man. I'm telling you, it's going to save you some money, and it's going to protect the young lady. You cannot say. About 2 weeks ago, I was at M. Lawyer picking up some money because I send myself money about once a month. And it's still a young girl in there. She's getting 15,000 pesos from one of you guys. And there's a mall right across the street.
That's $300. That's at least 3 months' salary.
It's over 300 now with the exchange rate the way it is. She's happy. She got a little young girl with her. They go straight to the mall across the street. That's how I knew that y'all sent it to her. You know, you cannot send them that kind of free money like that. You know, now she don't want to work. You know, you've corrupted her. You've ruined her. It's hard to make it over here. You have to keep that certain edge about them to make it over here, John.
Okay, so you're sending this girl $300. How is that a week? So then you do get over. Well, she said, "You give me $300 just to talk to me. Now you're living with me. How much you going to give me?
Yeah, how much you going to give me and my family?"
I had one here, Edgar Costello. Water today, John? Yes, I went overboard last week, and I don't like doing that. So I thought I'd wait till 10:30. I got a little bit of wine here. I think I might drink.
Mr. Gooseman says, "Hello, John, the moderator."
Actually, I want to give a shout out to Ingram Davis. He is an excellent moderator.
Mm-hmm.
I think his internet's a little faster than mine because when I go to boot somebody off, he's already got them.
Yeah, Cal Deadman, Michael Collins. Yeah. I got some good guys, man, and they volunteered, man. I really appreciate that. Kona Ranger, thanks for that super sticker. We appreciate you. I believe he's over in Hawaii, man. You know,
Kona Ranger, yeah.
Yeah, he said, "What's this? Brown eyes 12337." I'm a female, but I like watching you, Calvin. Stay honest and sweet. Thank you. I appreciate that. I mean, that's a compliment because I try to just keep it real. I don't want to get too cringy, you know, and beat the women down and stuff like that because
there's a lot of good ones.
It's survival, you know.
And there's a lot of good ones here.
It's survival. But, you know, at the same time, we are creating a support group for men, you know, because when we over here, we're on our own, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry, you know, the expats won't help you. The Filipino can't help you. We've got to help each other, you know, and that's what I'm trying to create. It's people on my subscribers who know more about the Philippines than me. They've lived here longer than me, and I love their information because it's valuable.
That's why I always thank Chriselle because I love having her on here. She's definitely intelligent, and she tells us
how it is.
The truth, you know, no sugar.
And it carries more weight when it comes from her than two knuckleheads. You know,
I agree.
We really learning as we go.
That's
but
right.
Anything I learned over here, I'm going to share it. You know, because I didn't know anything, John. I promise you this. I got on the plane and came over here. I didn't know anything about the Philippines. I didn't prepare. I didn't plan. That's why I ended up spending $2,500 for 1 week over here.
Oh, my God.
Round trip on Korean Air and 1 week in the Crown Regency. They got me because I didn't ask any questions. You know, I just got on the plane and came over here.
I had a Filipino woman I was married to, an old white guy that I worked with, and I'd known her for 5 years. She's a good woman too. She gave me a little insight. First off, she said, "Don't ever send money." So I did. So that saved me there. But coming on the plane, her information was I was going to Southern Lady. She said, "Oh, that's a bunch of terrorists down there. They're going to kill you." So, but she was from Northern Mindanao, 100 Island, or someplace up there. And so that's what I came over here with, expecting to be killed.
Yeah. But see, that's the thing about a lot of Filipinos, they don't travel outside their island or region. So when they tell you stuff like that, like they told me, don't go to Siquijor Island. Please don't do it. Mm-hmm. You're going to get a spell put on you. They're going to put stuff in your food. It's not true, guys. It's one of the nicest places you can visit here. It's really, really nice. And that's why, because it's not overrun. Their public beach, John, they call it Little Boracay. That's how beautiful it is. And you've seen some of the public beaches here. They're run down, they're dirty, they're trash, and what.
Some are okay, some aren't.
This public beach looks like a resort.
Well, I can tell them April 1st, 2nd, and 3rd were holidays here for Easter. I took my wife's family down to Valley Hermosa. Got a pig. Oh, it was delicious too. But I go into the water there. Beach didn't look too bad. So I'm in the water. Here comes a disposable baby diaper across. So I grabbed it and threw it. 5 minutes later, here comes another one. I got out of the water.
You got lucky. I was down in Zamboanga at golf. That's what they call it. Well, it's really golf, but they call it golf because it's they have a golf. They play golf there too, and you get into the ocean there. Well, hell, I seen a damn yellow submarine come by. I haven't been in the water since. I don't go out there. I mean, it was like the hair. You know, I like to swim back. I walk all the way out till it gets up here, then I swim back. But hell, here it comes, right past me, man. I was like, that's the last time I've been in water. Now, I did get in Boracay, so they cleaned that up.
Siquijor Island, I have to say, the water there is gorgeous. I went to Whispering Palms during the last brownout. When you went to Maiwani, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that Maiwani restaurant's outstanding, by the way.
It is.
But I went to Whispering Palms. The water there, you could see the bottom. It was so clear. I mean, it was nice. It's nice.
But you said you saw
a jellyfish.
That would have scared me to death.
Well, I've never seen one before. I'm from the hills of West Virginia. We don't have no salt water there. But I was in the water with some other Filipinos, and we were playing and everything else. And they said there's a jellyfish. Well, I had to look for it. I'd never seen one before. Well, then I saw it was about that big, and I got out of the water. I don't know if it's kind of that would hurt you or not. I don't know.
Be careful. Them clear ones, them box jellyfish.
Well, the top was clear, but I could see the rest of the bodies. And I don't know if that's a bad one or not.
You know, if you're not sure,
get out. That's what I did.
Hey, thanks, Skip in LA. You want to read that, John? He said what he said.
Does Big John have an OnlyFans account so we can watch him lay pipe? No. You would not want to see that. Thank
you for that super chat. I don't know if you want to see that.
No, you don't want to see that.
Mr. Free, what's this? 201 2010 Rods says $1 haircut. You can't beat that. Yeah, you're right.
Oh, they do a good job.
Yeah, they do a good job.
Now, as far as haircuts go, I wanted to go to the mom and pop shops because they need the money. Yeah. I had a hard time getting a small barber to even touch my hair. Finally, one guy did, and I just sat in his chair. I didn't really give him a whole heck of a lot of choice. Yeah. But if you go to the mall, 50 peso, $1.
That's a problem I had, because they'll see my hair and they'll be like, I can't cut a black man's hair. That's how I chose my barber at Bruno's. I mean, he was the best barber I probably ever had, even in the States. But he moved to New Zealand, and I don't blame him. He got a job over there. But that's how I knew this was my barber. Everybody else was afraid. When they saw me walk in, you could see the fear on their eyes. I don't know how to cut this hair. But he said, come on, sir. And he gave me the best cut I ever had. I always gave him 250 peso tip.
Well, you know more than me.
I mean, he was really, really good.
Now, they have different styles here. Mine is the student cut.
Is that what they said?
That's what they called it, yeah.
Mine was Little Sambo. After he left, the guy, I mean, that's why I'm bald now. I've never recovered from that. And I just cut it off. I mean, and it was the worst haircut of my entire life.
Well, considering not too long ago, we had a 23 and a 21-year-old say how guapo you are. I would leave my hair that way.
Yeah. He cut my hair back so bad. And I'm thinking he's really doing a good job because there's no mirror. See? And he's just, doing this, doing that, And my wife's just sitting there. She's on her phone, look up at me, look at me. And I'm thinking, yeah, he's doing a good job. I walk out of there. You know how you get a haircut. You're proud.
Yeah.
You look better. They say 40% of the time when men cheat, it's after he has a haircut.
Oh,
I'm thinking I'm looking good. So we go to Jollibee. I'm sitting down and my son, he's just looking at me. It's giving me the strangest look, John. So I turn around and I see my reflection in the mirror. And I tell you what, I hit the roof. I could have killed this guy. I've been walking. I walked from the barbershop all the way. You ever been to downtown Dumagetti before, haven't you?
Yes, I have.
Pre-pandemic. It's a lot of people down there. And they're all looking at me. And oh, man, I was hot, man. I was really mad at my wife. I said, you should have told me that he was butchering my damn head.
So they were looking at you, but was it because you were a foreigner?
They was astonished. Like, what the hell? Where'd you get your hair? I'm serious, man. It was already right here. And it looked, I mean, I could have killed him. If I had a gun, I'd have shot him.
That's one thing here. When you do get a haircut, be prepared for clippers that aren't very sharp and it'll pull your hair a little, or scissors. It'll pull you because they're not that sharp.
Rory Bellamy. Thank you for that super sticker. We appreciate it, man. He says, Rory Bellamy said, John have a haircut. John, here, a haircut. Calvin, you may not need one. Yeah, that's what you get. Kona Ranger said, money is the devil's playground. Well, I tell you what, when you send it the way we send it over here, because it's our thinking again, John. Oh, $100, that's nothing.
It is here.
It is here.
And it is, like he said, it is comparable to $1,000 for a U.S. person. I mean, it don't equal, like you said, equal, but in comparison, it's the same.
In comparison, it's the same. It's peso to the dollar. And if you want to know how much to send somebody, just think, $1,000, when I quit working in factories, I was working in DuPont Chemicals. I was making $1,000 a week. So I compare that to a week's pay here, 1,000 pesos. So that's what if you're going to send money, send it like that, guys. Don't send more than that. I don't care under no circumstances do you send anything like that.
So he's asking how you do your hair. Your wife does it, right?
Yeah, I use a razor, David, Israel. About a 3-blade razor from Watson. And that's expensive. You get two.
Yes, they are. They are
for
very
expensive. For about $6.
But if you buy those 2 blades like I did last time, they're a hell of a lot cheaper, but they are not good.
Who is this? MF.
That's $50.
Says, yeah, thanks for that super chat. Say, keep it real for the men out here trying to be happy. When we stand together, we rise together. I enjoy your channel. You don't deviate. God bless. Thank you, man. And we need each other, brother. I really appreciate that, ML. That's what I created my channel for, to be, sometimes, John, it's inspirational. Sometimes it's motivational, entertaining, but most times it's informative. It's never negative and bashing. But we have to look out the best interest because nobody else is. If you got any kind of secrets, any type of inside information that's going to help share it, or a bad experience, share it. It's going to help somebody. The guy who told me about his story about sending his wife's family 200 to 600. He wanted me to share that. He knew it was going to help somebody.
And thank you for sharing.
It's coming. I mean, it's getting between his marriage.
It would get between mine. I know that. Like I said, I give $240 a month to my wife, and I told all of them, this is my budget. There ain't no more. I mean, if something comes up, you better be saving some of it.
She didn't get a job earning that.
No, she she worked as a maid, making between $80 and $100 a month plus room and board. So
yeah, so you're paying her 4 times as much to be
Yeah.
your lady, and there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
2010 Rod said, "Don't let John cut your hair."
I wouldn't let me cut my hair. Back to your girlfriend or wife. These Filipinos are very honest when they talk to each other, and my wife tells me what they say. At least 2 of the Filipinos, their husbands do not give them an allowance or anything for their husband. They steal off of them.
Wow.
And I said to my wife, I said, well, I know that you wouldn't do that. She goes, if you did not give me, I'll be real honest and blunt with you, I would.
Yeah.
And it shocked me because I just said, I was stunned by it. She goes,
Yeah.
I'm just telling you the truth. So
it's survival, John.
So you're better off doing it voluntarily than having stolen off you. I know at least one expat, his wife, and he thinks she's saving him so much money, but she takes their food budget and she'll buy them real cheap food and take that money and send it to her family. So take care of the families.
Yeah.
It don't have to be much.
You got to get ahead of that because they're going to take care of their family one way or the other. It's survival. And most Filipinos do that. I'm going to generalize here and tell you that most Filipinos, they take care of their families. And they're going, whether you want them to or not. So don't try to get in the way of that, guys, because they'll go behind your back. And once they start going behind your back like that, then the wheels are going to fall.
Well, I tell you, if I love my girlfriend, is going to be my wife. I love her to death. If I caught her stealing off me, that'd be it.
Yeah, I mean, but if you get out in front of that, yeah.
Which finally, after 6 before her, I finally figured that out.
Carl Winter said, I got the makeover. Yeah, we all do, Carl. Don't feel bad. You're going to get it. I promise you, when you get over here, you're going to get the Filipino makeover. They're going to tell you how good looking you are, how young you look.
Okay.
Who's saying it?
Old Geezer said, am I better off to come there and meet a woman or date online? The best, we've talked about this before, is the personal introduction. The pension house I was staying at in Lapu, I told them I was single. I was looking. Within 2 days, they had 3 Filipinos that came and I interviewed them. So the personal introduction is the best, but I met my wife, my current, online while I was here. And I think you met your wife online, didn't you?
Yeah. See,
or your girlfriend.
Yeah, but see, that's what I'm trying to tell the guys, though. That's a great example of what I said. The personal introduction. Wherever you stay, your hotel, your Airbnb, wherever you go to the restaurant you're eating, those people are going to get used to seeing you. They're going to be comfortable with you, whether it's men or women. Just ask them, hey, you got a sister? You have a cousin? They're going to introduce you to somebody. And that's the best way because these people over here, the women especially, even the men, they're so shy, they're so bashful, that if you approach them, they're going to back away from you. They're not going to give you any play at all, because that foolish pride is going to kick in, But if somebody introduces you, like John says, hey, Christianity or something like that.
I've had guys try to fix me up with their sisters.
Yeah, and they will. Because the men over here, here's the inside secret, guys. They're going to treat you better than the women over here. So if you try to meet somebody, ask the tricycle driver or the damn pedicab driver or the security guard. I mean, they roll out the red carpet for me, John. They would literally kiss the ground I walk on over here. Because they're so, infatuated with LeBron James and Kobe Bryant.
They are.
So when they see me, that's what they see in their minds. And they will help you find a woman, man, if that's what you want. That's the secret, guys. The men over here are going to treat you better.
Just remember what my wife's friends from high school say. Congratulations, you won the sweepstakes.
Yeah.
I mean,
because in a lot of cases it is.
Yeah.
In our cases it is. I mean, look how much better. Hey, Robert Morris, thanks for that super chat. Oh, okay, we already seen that. See, we're way behind, John.
Yes. Well,
that's okay. Yeah, that's okay.
I saw that Carl Winters said he's from Croatia. So I got a personal question for you. Don't have to answer one. So is Carl Winters your name? Because that don't sound like a Croatian name to me. It sounds more like like an English name or something. I'm just curious.
Clayton Murray says, yeah, Calvin, you mentioned your girlfriend getting into a swimsuit the other day. I was knocking the bookshelves after that. That was enough for me. Yeah.
I think that Tennessee tuxedo is starting to affect you. You're looking awful good, Cal.
He said Filipinos don't have the America hookup culture embedded in their systems. Yeah, Harvey says, yeah, but they will introduce you, and that's the best way.
But there's one thing that I've found out from a couple of the girlfriends I've had here. The Filipinos know that Western men like sex. And I have come to the conclusion that they will give Western men sex before they will give Filipino men sex.
Absolutely.
Really, yeah.
It's the girlfriend experience, and they know it. And it's not the girlfriend experience over in Thailand. This is the one that's uniquely Filipino. When you get out the plane, the first day you meet her, she's going to act as if you've had an established relationship for years. In everything she does, cooking your food, making love, everything. You know, she's going to hold your hand. She's going to act like she's known you forever, man. And it's something that I wasn't used to.
Me either.
It really shocked me, man. But every single one, I got that same treatment because let's face it, man. You know, the ones that date foreigners, they're dating us for a reason.
Yeah.
You know, we've got something they need. They've got something we want. And there's nothing wrong with that. Remember, whenever two consenting adults agree to, it's nobody else's business.
Oh, I agree. 100%.
But that's the red pill over here, guys. It's pay for play. You're nothing special. Does it turn into love?
A lot of times it does. But
it's
not going to be in 5 days. I mean, we're talking.
No, you're going to fall in love.
They're not. They're
not.
Right.
They're left brain thinkers.
Maybe 6 months, maybe a year, maybe 5 years.
It doesn't make sense to them. How can I fall in love with a man online?
Yeah,
I don't know you, you know.
And that's what I think I told you earlier about, you know, Annie's experience with some of these guys. That's what she wants, one good guy. You know? And
they have patience. Remember, the biggest advantage they have over us is they have patience. We don't. We're very impatient. They will wait you out. So, you know, when you're online, you think that you're choosing her. No, they flip the script, guys. They're choosing you. They will sit back and they'll have 5 or 6 guys, you know, choosing them, thinking they're choosing them. They're actually sitting back. Oh, okay, this guy, he's an insurance agent. This guy is a dishwasher. Okay, I'm going to choose the insurance agent.
But it's the same in the U.S. They always ask you, you're a dishwasher?
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah, goodbye. Let's see. Choo Choo says, my ex and I are 17 years difference in age. That's good. That's pretty good. Unless she's 16 and you're 33. Then it's not. Yeah.
17 years is great. Now, you can agree or not agree, Calvin. A 50 or 60-year-old man, think about this. I don't think I would want anybody under 30. The reason I say that is, okay, I'm 60, she's 30. I'll probably live 20 years to 80, 30, 40, 50. She'll still be able to take care of you. The Filipino women, especially ones that have to work hard, they age fast. Annie's mother's 54. I hope she don't watch this. She's shot. I mean, she moves, and you've seen it too. Israel, the manager, caretaker of my place.
We're both older than him, right?
Yes, but not by that much.
Yeah.
I think he's 65 or 66, and this guy acts like he's 80. I mean, if they work hard, they age.
Because the sun will beat you down.
Oh yeah, they look pretty rough.
Mm-hmm.
And they walk like that. I mean, it's pitiful.
That's why when guy says, "Hey, remember the last live stream we did? Some guy said he wants somebody close to his age. He's 56.
You don't want
a 56-year-old woman, man.
You don't want
over here.
She can't take care of you.
Yeah, and then it's just the way it is. For some reason, they're good matches for us over here. Now in America, a 30-year-old woman, I've got my oldest daughter's 25, and hell, they're still children basically in their thinking. A 25-year-old woman over here, she's a lot more mature because she has to be.
One of the expats I know that his wife is just crazy about him. He's 67, she's 24. She is mature way beyond her years, and my 28-year wife is much more mature than I am. But I'm not very mature.
JX, thanks for that super chat. He says, wow, that's funny. You talk about introductions. When I was in Cebu, I got close to a waitress. One day she introduced me to her sister. I didn't think about looking back. Now
that was
my chance.
Yes.
Yeah. That's the best way, and that's what's going to happen.
Personal introduction,
but it's real easy. You're going to stay at the hotel, man. After you're there 2 or 3 days, trust me, they're going to be comfortable with you.
Actually, the pension house, when I was introduced to the 3 Filipino women within 2 days, one of the staff was interested too. And I tell you what, she had a great personality. She was pretty, but she was too chubby for me. And
yeah,
I don't like chubby women.
And that's okay, John. Everybody has their preferences. Just like when guys bring up that, well, Filipinos, they only want white men. Well, those Filipinos have their preferences. You can't knock them for that.
I agree.
But it's not the whole. You're talking about, guys, there's 110 million people over here. It's about 51% men, 49% women. So you're looking at 55 million women over here. And just take the ones out that are, let's just say 1% of them date foreigners. You're looking at 5.5 million women you got to choose from. Okay?
And they're just dying to meet you. Trust me.
Yeah, they're dying to meet you. So, don't let that kind of stuff. There's nothing wrong. I got a preference. I like Filipino women now. And I take a lot of flack from it from my daughters especially.
Do you really?
Yeah, you should be, you don't like black women anymore. No, it's not the case.
Really?
Yeah, I've got a daughter, 18, 21, and 2 that's 25. And they're not twins. It's just that they're Irish twins.
Mm-hmm.
They were born 10 months apart. All by the same mother. But yeah, they get on my
Sounds like
case
some
about
old
that.
magic carpet rides to me.
I get flack from that. And I'm like, no, I had to break it down and explain to them that when I came to the Philippines, I got tired of living the black experience, John. Not that I'm tired of being black, but in America, that's all people see me as a black man. Over here, I'm living a human experience. They see through my skin color.
Well,
and it's a lot liberating for me. I like that, Nothing wrong with being black. I'm not ashamed of my color, but I get tired of when I'm walking down the street, they cross the street. Oh, they in the car, they hit the lock. If I don't have on my suit and tie, which I wear every single day because I'm a black insurance agent, I can't walk around in khakis and a polo shirt. They won't let me in their house. After 55 years, I got tired of that. So I come over here. The minute I got over here in 2009, now I'm living the human experience. It's a lot different, man,
Anybody comes over here, leave your old prejudice and everything back in the U.S.
It's not going to work over here.
Maybe my second wife was from Louisville. Maybe if I met Calvin in Louisville, I would have thought, hey, he's a black guy.
Yeah.
Here, I saw another foreigner. Yeah. So leave all that crap at home.
Tell them what you told me today about the guy who messes Andy.
Okay.
This is the type of stuff that I'm telling you, but y'all don't believe me.
This is one of the guys that tried to buy her off, say, I'll send you money. I'll send your family money. Just don't talk to nobody else. He said also, don't talk to any of these black guys. He said, all they do is get you pregnant and leave you. So, yeah. I mean, leave that crap at home.
Leave that crap at home. There's no
we got a chance for a good life here.
That's right. And people like that, they're not even going to be a blip on the screen here. Remember, the Filipinos don't have a council society, and they're going to judge you. One of the few places left on this planet where you're going to be judged by your character. I'm Sir Calvin here. I'm sorry, man. People love me here. I've never been treated better in my entire life than I am here. And we're not going to let a few clowns like him come over here and mess that up for us, John.
I agree.
I'm not.
I agree.
That's just how it is. Hey, Mahi, Jamie, Andy John says, hey, Calvin and John.
We're really behind on the comments. I'd like to apologize for that.
And we'll make up for it.
Well, as you guys all saw, I've been drinking a little bit of wine here. Now it's time to go pee.
Yeah, go ahead, John.
I'll play a cigarette too.
But yeah, Philippines is one of the few places left on the planet, guys, where they're going to treat you, they're going to judge you by your character. I promise you that. And it's going to take you a while to get used to it because you're going to like, what do they want from me? They don't want anything from you. You know, they're just warm and welcoming people. Hey, Zul Jab, he says, thanks for that super chat. He says, have coffee on me, brothers. Hey, thank you. And Zul Jab is the guy who has the supplement business, who sends me all this stuff, the tuxedo pills and all that stuff. But, you know, my legs are getting better now. Some guy told me, he said, hey, Calvin, maybe you strained yourself. And he's right. He said, don't blame it on the little boost just right away. He said, you know, any man that's going to go for 45 minutes, your legs are going to be shaky the next day. And I appreciate that, man. Joshua Bernard says, I'm going to Pagansanan. Yeah, I've got a friend. She's from there. Well, she's my wife's friend. And they have like they raise shrimp and all kind of stuff there. China says they're already making counterfeit vaccine shot cards in America. Well, they're selling fake vaccine over here already. And that's the reason why the Philippines has put a stop on that Sinopharm vaccine over here, because up in Manila, they were already selling fake vaccine with that name on it, guys. So be careful, you know, get it from a legitimate supplier, you know, a legitimate medical professional, because over here, yeah, they're already selling fake vaccines. Harvey Sino says, I bring 100,000 pesos when I take my 1 month vacation, but I had a place to stay. And that's perfect. I say bring extra to protect yourself, guys. This is serious, man. You're on the other side of the planet. You know, anything can go wrong, and it usually does. You want something to protect yourself, and 100,000 pesos put to the side makes a lot of problems go away. It'll solve a lot of problems too. So bring something extra, at least an extra $1,000. Tony Boo said, hey guys, Tony here in Australia. Looking forward to getting over there and playing up with you, pair. Love the channel. Thank you, man. We can't wait. Once it opens up a little bit, we're going to have a meet and greet over here in San Carlos, maybe even in Cebu. And then, of course, some of my NTZ Zone members, Bobby G, Ingram Davis, Cal Deadman, they're going to put together a meet and greet of Sunshine Shoulders subscribers over there, you know, drinking, listening to music, you know, just having a good time, getting to know each other more than just, see, I can't see your face. I just see your name. I think it's a great idea. I want to do it over here, even before it really opens up. Let's see. Brian Nichols said fake vaccine. That's bad. Yeah, it's already over here, though. But you got to realize, man, the Chinese, even before the fake vaccine, they had fake medical clinics they had put together up in Manila. They've been raided and shut down. They were treating people with COVID, man. You know, the Chinese ain't no joke, man. I'm going to tell you something. Buzzme says, Calvin, black is black. Yeah, I'm actually brown. And, you know, say it loud, you know, I'm brown and I'm proud. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that after 55 years of that, it wears on you and it's stressful. But over here, I don't have that type of stress. He said, Bush Bunyip says, be careful, Calvin. Your mate just swallowed the pill. Wearing a tuxedo in the Philippines would be very uncomfortable. Well, if you're going to wear a tuxedo, John, this is the place to be.
Oh, I agree. Yes,
you know, real men wear tuxedos to bed. And, you know, that's my slogan I made up. And it's true. And I'm going to tell you something, man. When my girlfriend first saw this stuff, her eyes lit up. She was excited about it. And She'll tell you if I ever get on her that it really works. Hey, Ricky Dawson, thanks for that super chat. He said, my ex has a man paying for her annulment. Wow, sending 35,000 pesos a month. Never has met her, but she wants me back after she pays for annulment. Men, wake up.
Please do.
Please wake up. And this guy's telling the absolute truth, guys. You met the girl who's been dating with a foreigner for 23 years, right? Yes. He's never come over here.
23 years.
But here's the crazy thing about it. She's trying to meet one of us to bring her there so she can get with him. Be careful, guys. It's terrible. And not all Filipinos are like that.
I would say it's probably a
very small, tiny percentage.
But
they're out there.
If you get hooked up with one of them, it can be 100%. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, the bad ones, I'm gonna tell you, are online.
Oh, I agree.
You're not gonna meet any bad ones offline. The bad ones are online. So let's put it like that. I'm not saying all women online are bad and you can't find a good woman, because a lot of guys I talk to, they met their women online.
I met mine online. Actually, you got your current online. Both of them are good. That's
not what I'm saying, guys. I'm saying the bad ones are online. So when you go online, you put yourself in that site.
It's like you with a bunch of sharks. They're just waiting.
You don't know which one's the bad one.
Yeah.
You know, and when you start sending money, it makes it even worse. And, you know, I learned this lesson from my first girlfriend, the one you saw, the beautiful one. As beautiful as she is, when I got over here, I kicked myself. I was like, wow, look at all these other beautiful women. See, so I tell you guys that stuff, not trying to be a hypocrite. I'm just telling you, you know, what could save you some time, because you can easily meet somebody here.
Okay, James B wants to know when I'm going to marry my girlfriend.
Wow.
I've been married twice. I've never had a church wedding because I couldn't afford one. I wanted to wait till after COVID to give her a good wedding and for me to have a fancy wedding. Now, depending on what we hear next week when we go to Bacolod at the immigration, we may do a civil one. And if we do, we will later have a good wedding and we'll probably video.
Yeah,
why not?
Yeah, you can do the ceremony.
Yeah, that's what I think we'll do.
Scott Anderson says the field. Now, I want to know where he got this information. He said the fields will open in August for those that can prove they had the first and booster shots of Pfizer and Moderna, as they so far are the only ones that have the data showing they block COVID.
We'll see.
Low transmission. Yeah, we'll have to see on that, man, because even though, can you give that away, though? See, it's not enough out there yet. I'd be happy if they did. I promise you.
Oh, me too. I think everybody would. We'll see. And here things can change minute to minute. So, we know.
Yeah, remember, that's your Johnism. The only thing consistent about the Philippines
is inconsistency.
Philip Janik says, if you drink and get a hooker every day, eat steak, etc., Western life, you will be out of money in 2 weeks. Absolutely.
I want to answer David Brewster. Why don't expats plant pepper and tomato plants? Okay, I have. I mean, I'm looking for hobbies. I always had a garden in the U.S. I have tried peppers. I have tried green beans. I have tried tomatoes. Tomatoes come out about that big around. I think it's too hot. One thing, the days are not very long here. They go from about 5 to 5. That's what you get every day of daylight. And, you know, in the U.S., you get those 16-hour days and fruit gets bigger. But it's also too hot. Everything I have planted has died.
Now, everything you talk about, John, they grow that up in the mountains.
Up in the mountains is where our stuff comes from.
Where my son lives, they got all that.
Okay, but how big do the tomatoes get even from there?
Well, yeah, they don't. Yeah,
you don't get those big beefsteaks there.
Hey, Philippine My Paradise said, hey, 350 people watching,
wow.
Only 176 thumbs up. Come on, guys, get the thumbs up. Y'all know that helps us.
But thank you for 350. I'm impressed.
I'm impressed too. That's a lot. We're not without our viewers.
I agree. Anyway. And I see some of the other vloggers, because I'll look over and see what I think they're doing right, what I think they're doing wrong on their live streams. A lot of times they only got like 50 people much. And so that's impressive.
Thomas King says at Francis Garrett, what's it say? 3,500 US. Wow, in the Philippines is amazing. People live wonderful with a fourth of that. I would say, yeah, right. If you live in St. Carlos, you can live off $1,000 a month in St. Carlos. Now, Metro Manila, Metro Cebu,
how much you say?
1,000 in St. Carlos.
You can, but
if you're single,
I wouldn't want to live that way. I'll be honest. I spend $1,750 a month.
But it's you and your girlfriend.
It's and you remember, and my girlfriend. I give her $240 a month.
Yeah.
Here's one of the deals. My rent's 7,000 pesos a month, $140.
Yeah.
My electric last month was 6,500 pesos. So I mean, there are a lot of things. Now I came up here to Calvin's place today. They did not have the air conditioning on. I couldn't believe how cool it was here. So for his 170, he got a much better deal on it.
Yeah, if you look around. Hey, Zul Jab, thanks for the super chat. He said, "Hey, John, have you won your tuxedo already?"
I put it on. I put it today.
Yeah, he's going to let us know next week what's going on. Phil Jennings says, "I've had both Moderna shots completed over a month ago, but if I can't move around because of restrictions, I'm going to Mexico." And that's a great idea. Carmen Greenwood, she's one of our subscribers. She's over there now in a place.
She loves it.
She loves it. And beautiful pictures, beautiful beach. It's really nice. And the cost of living. She said she had dinner, movie, and taxi, $13.
I lived in Mexico. That was my first choice before coming to the Philippines. The Philippines are cheaper than Mexico. My problem with Mexico was I was never comfortable. Here I've been very comfortable until I got photographed and my information taken yesterday. Like I say, I was never comfortable there.
Timothy Bright said, "How's the mask mandate in the Philippines?" Well, they're locking you up, Timothy, up in Metro Manila if you don't have your mask on and if you don't have it on properly. Yeah, they're actually locking you up. Over here, you have to wear the mask and the shield. Let me show them, John.
Yes.
This damn shield is so uncomfortable.
Oh, yeah.
John's got a big, bulky one. I don't even have mine because
I got mine.
Oh, yeah, I do.
I want to be cool.
Yeah.
This is the one I wear.
That's the one John wears. Now imagine walking around like that. Here's mine. You have to have this and the mask. It's mandatory. You can't get in the malls without this and this.
And you're supposed to wear those on any public transportation also.
Yeah. Now can you imagine riding from here to Bacolod 2.5, almost 3 hours.
But everybody takes them off.
Yeah. But I don't get this one here. Unless somebody's going to spit in your eye. I don't know, a cough in your eye, John. I don't get it.
Now, what he was saying about when we had the original lockdown with the curfews and last year, I saw the police take an 8-year, maybe it's 8, maybe it's 7, but take a 7 or 8-year-old boy, throw him on the police truck and haul him to jail for being out past curfew.
That's right.
If they say curfew, they mean it.
Yeah, and if they say, imagine, John, if you don't have this on properly, because here's how the Filipinos wear it.
That's how I wear mine.
And I was going to do a video talking about we're 1 inch away from solving the COVID if you just go like that. But that's how they wear it, because it's hard to breathe in these things.
Oh, I agree.
In this heat.
I agree.
And by the time I get from my house to the corner to catch a tricycle, I'm exhausted, man. Trying to,
Now I see Ingram say there, I grew up poor, but now I'm not poor. I like having money. There's an old saying in the U.S., money doesn't buy happiness. Whoever said that was broke. That's all I can tell you. I grew up poor. Now I got a little bit. It's a lot better to have it. Trust me.
There's another saying. It says, I've been rich and I've been poor. And
I'd rather be rich.
Yeah.
I agree.
And especially over here, you want to have some extra money, but a lot of my extra money, I give it away because I believe in the law of compensation.
And you do. I've seen
it. Comes back. Well, and that's not the reason I do it. I do it because people are suffering here, man. They got that veil up. They'll never let you know they're suffering, but they really are. And people come over here, some of her family, they'll come over and they eat every grain off the plate. It shows you that they're not eating regularly, John. China says the mask and the shield look sick, meaning Do you mean look sick? Because that's what the Filipino said. Our slang mean sick could be good and could be bad. Is that you mean good, China, or bad?
I got the cool one.
Yeah. Ennis Montgomery, thanks for the super chat. Said Big John Holmes plus the tuxedo equals a widow. Widow.
It might. It's not.
Jason Flint said the face shield helps with small particles like mist. When people talk, there's a mist that comes out of your mouth. The shield ensures that the mist will not touch your eyes to pass COVID. Yeah, but we're the only ones in the whole world over here who wear that shield. Except if you're a frontliner.
So I wear glasses. Is that good enough?
No, it's not. You gotta wear.
Yeah, you gotta
I can't wear my shades.
What I'm just saying is that, would that be the same? I don't know.
He said, I like John's cyber punk face shield. Yeah. Now you see me with that thing on. I had to give it to my girlfriend. I look like a cyborg in that.
Well, the problem is when it gets dusk here, I can't see out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. James Lance is in the house. Good to see you, James. Yeah.
Let me say, wine drinkers, wine here is expensive. I bought one of those, the wine in the box. I paid about $16 for it. And I'm thinking that's about what I paid for it at Walmart back in the U.S.
Yeah. A lot of the things, mostly food, is about the food in the grocery store, about the same as it is in America. And that's why the grocery store in St. Carlos is never crowded. People right now during the pandemic, they can't afford to shop in the grocery store. Now, if you go to Manila, Dumaguete, place like that, it's still, even in Dumaguete, though, at Robinson, the store is not crowded because it's expensive, man.
It depends on what you buy here. Seafood here is cheap. My wife bought 1 kilo of shrimp. She paid 350 pesos for a kilo. Yeah, that's 2.2 pounds, so 2.25 pounds.
Yeah, that's
that's cheap. So that end up being like $3.
But it's at the market. Remember,
that's at the wet market.
When you go to the wet market, that's where you get your deals because
they were still moving, so they're good.
You can buy a percent of what you want at the grocery store. It's there. That can or that loaf of bread, they're not going to spend that much.
I agree. But I got to warn you guys, San Carlos, we are in the province. We can get most things we need here, but a lot of things you cannot get here. Or if you see something you like at the store, you better buy a bunch of it. The next time you go there, it will be gone. There is no onion powder on this island right now. From Dumaguete to Bacolod here, no onion powder.
There's no onion soup either because I put that in my ground beef.
Okay,
I mean the powder can.
Yeah.
No, you can't find it. Now, if you go to somewhere like Cebu, maybe you can. But here, Zamboanga, nowhere you can't. You do it. It's a lot of things you're not going to be able to find here.
Or if you do see them once, next time you go, they're all gone. You won't see them for a long time.
Grapefruit juice is another.
I've never seen it here.
I don't understand why it's funny how they restock. When they run out of something, they won't restock it.
And what I've noticed is we have two major supermarkets, well, three. We got Pure Gold, we got two Save More stores, and we have the Gasano. But when one runs out of that item, they all do. So they all get it from the same place.
Thanks, Wells Family Journey, for that super chat. He says, nice to see y'all together again. Y'all don't wear your ladies out with those pills.
We'll see.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm not going to take any more because I wore out, man. I wore myself out, John. My legs feel like jelly. And, I'm not one of those type of guys. I don't just like to go on and on. I want to come to the conclusion at some point. I don't want to just beat a dead horse, so to speak.
I usually give them the best 30 seconds of my life.
Yeah, well, see, that's what I'm saying. I don't mind that. John looks like Michael Dorsonville said. John looks like Michael J. Fox in Back to the Future. Which one? Well, remember,
before Parkinson's,
the Filipino makeover will make you from what's his name? What's his name in the movie? McFly.
McFly,
yeah. Turn you from McFly to
into
Superfly.
A rock star. Yes.
Superfly over here. James B said, "You're at 18,000 subs, Cal. One of the fastest growing expat channels." Hey, thank you, James, and thanks to my subscribers and my viewers, because without them, we're nothing, John. I think we're just regular guys. We give it, how it really is. You know, we're not trying to fluff everything.
And I gave a while back. I gave Calvin some advice. I said, "Man, I don't think you ought to do this." Like he told me, he goes, "I'm not here to get viewers. I'm here just to do my thing
and help people,
and help people. Me, I'm here out of boredom, really.
Yeah.
And I'm just glad that you guys, watch us and you allow me to do it."
George McFly is the father's name. You turn from George McFly to Superfly over here at the Filipino Makeover. But yeah, James B, back to that. I'm not going to change. You know, people are always trying to give me instructions on what to do, what not to do. It is what it is, man. It's the nitty gritty, and, take it or leave it. If it ain't broke, don't break it, guys. That's the bottom line right there. Okay. Robert Dam says, John is full of
chat.
Relax. That police officer was just checking your attitude. Can you get a ticket from walking drunk there?
I doubt it. I mean, I think you'd have to be very bad. Now, at the beach in Valley Hermosa, I had policemen start giving me shit about being drunk. But there's a whole long story. We'll go over that some other time.
Yeah. I think I've never seen him get a ticket for walking around. Now, I got a ticket for jaywalking in Cebu.
Really?
Because I'm a foreigner. Now, remember, I was in Cologne. Yeah, that's that shopping area where you can get a lot of deals in Cebu. And it's 1,000 people walk across the street against the light. But I'm the only one he stops. I gave him 50 pesos, and that was the end of that.
I jaywalk here all the time. I don't think anybody else pays attention to it either.
Philip Janet said it's Calvin O'Clock.
Calvin O'Clock, I like.
Anything over 20 minutes is a marathon. Absolutely, Fred Smith. I'm just saying, why beat a dead horse, John? That's what I'm saying.
Because you can.
Yeah, and I'm the type of guy I like to please my woman first anyway. That way, if I only last 30 seconds,
it's
so
fine.
what? She's already got her a treat. And that's one thing about Filipinos. See, well, now the Filipino man, he's trying to get wise now on pleasing his woman because we've raised the bar over here, John. That's one thing that's good, and that's why we changed her life. We raised the bar. I'm gonna tell you something. Now, my wife, my girlfriend's 36. She says she can only, until she met me, having an orgasm once or twice in 36 years. Now it's every single night. So we spoil them and we take them to a whole other level. We raise the bar. So a lot of these Filipino guys, they got a long way to go to catch up to that.
I agree with that.
Yeah. And I didn't say a long way to go. Long, no pun intended, John, but yeah.
Get him.
Okay. Willie Vasquez.
You're a good man.
What's going on, man? Wells Family Journey says, I came in late, but let's hit that like button. Yeah, absolutely. 316. We're currently at 300. I like that, John. That's
I do too. Thank you guys very much. Faking it.
It says Clayton. Remember said raising the bar with the magic carpet. Right. Now, I don't mean, no pun intended, we're raising the bar.
I love it. 60 Second Sunshine Special. They made a movie about my sex life. It was X-rated. It's called Gone in 60 Seconds.
Yeah. But I tell you what, man, it's when you get over here, man, it's the first test that you have to pass when she's waiting for you at that airport, John. Because it's something you've never experienced before, guys. This Filipino, man. That's why I say I've been to Brazil, I've been to Colombia, I've been to Mexico, Florida, LA, where all the beautiful people are. But until you've had this Philippine experience, you don't know what you're missing.
I agree with that. I've never been treated like I'm treated here. I mean, the rock star treatment.
Yeah, I mean, they're just so sweet.
Man.
And they're so, it's just, I don't know what to say. Yummy, I guess. I don't know.
Yummy is a good.
Yeah, but it's an experience that you don't ever want to miss. And you're going to become addicted to it. I did a video on that, and it's true. You're going to come back over and over and over. Because remember we were talking today. You said you thought, 50% of the men would never come over here. And I said, no, it's more like 80 or 90%.
It might be.
Would never make it over here. because it's a certain type of guy who comes over here. You gotta be a little bit crazy, a little bit adventurous, just to be like, what the fuck, I ain't got nothing to lose.
And not care what other people think of.
That's right. That's right. And it's not many of us left in the world like that, John.
Taking one for the team.
Frank Ellis said, yeah. Phil Jack said Baguio and San Cristobal, same cost of living, but you need to speak Spanish. Yo hablo my Biden Espanol. Baguio is one of the places that has this big outbreak of COVID cases now.
I don't even know where it's at.
It's up in the mountains in Luzon.
Okay.
It's a very popular place. So
you have to speak Spanish. Now, I pick up Spanish words in in Visayan, but I read that only 5% of Filipinos, if you do their DNA, have Spanish blood. I really found that amazing.
Yeah, Newcomb said it's one hell of a long flight. It is. But I can't agree with that, John, because the Philippines is so vast and spread out. The Spanish, I guarantee you, they didn't. Well, they ruled with a long stick, but I don't think they
didn't colonize. From what I read, they didn't send settlers here like they did to Mexico.
Right.
That's what I've read.
But he said Newcomb says it's a one hell of a long flight. It is, and somewhere halfway through that flight, you're gonna question your sanity. You're gonna be like, man, what the hell have I done? It's a long way, man.
You've said this, and I've read many other people say the same thing. To me, it wasn't a big deal. Maybe.
Well, my first trip, and I was still in the pink cloud.
Well, I see my wife-to-be is on here, and she says, hello, Janessa.
Okay.
I can't wait to get home to you. I love you.
And John's doing good today. Look at him. He's sober. Yeah. Mr. Chip said 19 hours from the UK. Absolutely. I'm talking about in the air. And it was only recently, I think 2017, we were on our way back. And it hit me. I was like, damn, man, what the hell? How did I end up all the way over here? This is a hell of a long way to be in a plane. And every time you hear a little rock or a little creak, you think you're going down, John. And I think too much. So, and that's a long time. When I went to Mexico, it seemed like I was there just like that. But over here now, you got a lot of thinking to do. Janessa said, love you, boo. Is that what she calls you? Oh, no, love you too. Okay. I don't think boo's over here yet.
I see Scott on here says, John, you have a good head of hair. My grandfather on my mother's side, he had not turned gray. I think he died at 78 or something. So maybe I inherited that gene. I used to cut my hair short, not quite as short as Calvin's. I'd do a flat top or something. This is back in the 90s. But I got looking around. Most guys my age didn't have hair, so I grew it out.
Yeah, John Williams said 16 hours not bad. Man, that's a long way, man.
With layovers, I've had some 30 hours. I had an 8-hour layover in Manila one time. But like I say, it never hammered me.
But I mean, in the air, though.
It's about 16.
It's about 16, 17 hours.
Flying out of JFK, my last time here, I got children in the Cleveland area, so I visited them, went from Cleveland to JFK. When the plane took off, they got a little map of the globe, and they show where you're going. We were going towards Europe. I said, well, we're going to go that way. Well, no, went up over the North Pole and back down. I thought that was pretty wild.
The longest flight, but it breaks it up, is when you fly United, and you go from Chicago to Hawaii to Guam to the Philippines. You take off 3 times, but it breaks it up. The longest you're in the air is 9 hours. So if you have a problem, because this last time I went from Chicago to Hong Kong, it's almost 15 hours. But it was the smoothest flight I've ever had. Not one time did the fasten seatbelt the whole 15 hours.
The 6 trips I've made here and back, they've been very smooth. Maybe I'm just lucky.
I like the bigger planes. I used to love, in my early days, I would always fly the 747, but now it's more the 777. Don't get in the back, guys. I'm telling you, it's going to be a rocky trip. You're not going to be able to relax. I always get by the wing if I can. And what I like about when you fly with the Asian airlines, no matter which one it is, when you get ready to check in, you can ask them to change seats.
Now they will charge you for changing seats. Okay, so you pay $20.
Yeah, I paid it to make sure
Yeah.
this last time I paid a little extra online
Okay.
with the cheapo air before I got on to make sure I'm about it weaned.
Well, I'll tell you, once again, about the flights, book them in advance. I came here in 2018 during Christmas. My round trip was like $3,000. So if you wait late, but I got it and went like 3 days later. So.
Craig Jordan said, Calvin, are you afraid to fly? I wasn't before, Craig, and that's a good question. But here lately, I get, I'm more apprehensive than I used to be. When I first started coming over here to the Philippines, even when I was in the service, John, I'd get on the plane. I never had a second thought about it. But now I think too much, Craig, and I don't know where it comes from. Maybe my anxiety. Remember I told you that the SWAT team ran in on my house. And from then on, I've got anxiety. And sometimes, man,
that'd be enough to give it to me.
It's all in my mind because once I get up there, I don't have a problem. But the 2 weeks before my trip, I can't sleep. My hands are sweaty. I'm always dreaming about the plane going down. But once I walk on there and they shut that door and I take off, I'm okay. It's all in my mind.
I don't have any problem with it.
But it never used to bother me, but now it does, you know. China says, when you first fly into the Philippines, are you using remittance companies or an affiliate bank from the USA? When I first came, I didn't know anything about the remittance, really. I was using my ATM, and it cost me a fortune. But now, if I were you, I'd use the remittance. And, well, if you're going to stay, but when you first come here, go ahead and exchange at least $1,000 at that airport, man. You're only going to lose 0.3 pesos.
It's nothing.
It's nothing, man. You know, don't buy into that. Oh, you're going to lose a lot of money. Wait until the morning and all of that. No, don't do it, man.
Okay, Craig Jordan says, Calvin, thank you. I get drunk before I fly. Okay, I was in Chicago flying back to Cleveland. That's only like a 40-minute flight.
Yeah.
Well, Chicago gets a lot of storms. So they canceled it and canceled again. So they canceled for about 3 hours. Of course, me, I got drunk. The biggest problem is then you get on a plane, it's bouncing, they got the fasten seatbelt, and you need to pee. You know, it's a problem.
But I was told when you get drunk, it only makes you more apprehensive from what I
Yeah,
heard.
maybe.
Now, unless you're
I was
going to
having fun.
Unless you're going to get all the way drunk and pass out.
Now,
because I can't sleep on planes. I've tried everything.
Well, have you ever had Sonata? Sonata is the prescription sleeping pill. My doctor gave me that on my first trip over here. I was very lucky. The seats are like 4.
Yeah.
I was the only one sitting there. I popped a couple of those, put the armrest up. I went to sleep.
I mean, I just never had no problems. I remember when we went to, now, my ex-wife, my American wife, she had to get a prescription from her doctor. She's afraid to fly. We flew from, Louisville to Vegas, but we went to Minnesota first and then to Vegas. And she had to take that, but it never bothered me. I would just get on a plane and go anywhere, man. I've been to a lot of places, but it was only here recently that I got kind of shaky, man. And I have to sit by the wing because when I used to fly into Detroit, I sat in the back of that 777, man. Oh, man, it was the worst flight ever. Because in the back, you feel every bump.
I agree with that. And this guy wants to know if we can get hockey or NFL here on TV.
That's true, man.
You got
Lucci.
Okay, you got TV. I don't. I gave mine up in 2018, and I have not looked back.
You can if you got cable. Because whenever I'm in the hotel or somewhere, resort somewhere, we got cable. I don't have cable. I just got Netflix and Wi-Fi. You can get all of that stuff. The Filipino love sports, man. They got a sports channel. You get that stuff live.
Tennessee Traveler, I would love to get your email. Why don't you go ahead? Well, you don't want to do that. I need to get your email. I need to talk to you. He's over in Cebu.
He wants yours? Oh, Calvin.
No, I want his or vice versa.
He said, Calvin, have you heard anything about SRRB being reinstated? Doug Carr said that. Yeah, some guy was just on and said May what did he say, John? May 17th? Yeah.
And it may be, it may not be. The last I heard on that was they just by saying it was going to be open, they are so backlogged now. It might take them a year to get through all the
Which
applications.
Which one wants to?
Tennessee Traveler.
Okay.
Calvin has my. I'll get it today before I leave.
All
Let
right,
me write it down so I don't forget. Yeah.
What about the cricket sport? Well, it's big in India, but not over here.
I haven't seen it here.
Ingram Davis says, "I love the vow." Yeah, the vow's really, really nice. China says, if SWAT came in, I would ask them, "Do I duck down? I'm not doing anything wrong at home." They didn't care, man. They tied up even my little 1-year-old daughter and had the machine gun in her head. Oh, they're very. You gotta realize, John. Remember, I told you that living the black experience over there, I got tired of it. I don't care if anybody doesn't believe me. It's stressful being a black man in America,
I'm going to
and
be
that's
honest.
one of the reasons.
I'm going to be honest. I have no idea.
That's right. You know,
I'm not going to pretend like I do.
So don't tell me that it's not real. If you can't deal with it, but that's one of the things they knew coming in my house. I was guilty.
But all I know is you see us here. When you come here, be like us.
Well, you're gonna be like that.
Just
choice.
Get rid of all that.
Get rid of all of that. Yeah, China, but we didn't have a choice. Let me see. Wow. Tennessee Traveler said I sent $500 to myself last night. Wells Fargo family. Wells Fargo Express
sending
$4.
$4.50 per dollar. Every time I've used Wells Fargo, they've charged me at least 0.75 pesos. That sounds pretty good. I need to talk to him.
It's usually now what I'm doing now. I transfer from my bank in America.
That's the way to do it.
To my bank here. You know, it's a lot cheaper. They still get you because they charge you for that wire transfer, and then they charge you a little bit, like I said, a half of, like he said, 50 cents.
Well, didn't you tell me on 5,000 they would charge you like $100?
$100, yeah.
Now, me currently, I transfer from my bank through Wells Fargo to my bank here, and they on 2,500 they give me for about $40. So
yeah, that's about.
I'm still looking at different ways to do it. I think I'm going to open up a dollar account because Wells Fargo advertises no fee for bank to bank. So if I get a dollar account here, then there's no transfer fee that way. I got to try that.
Thanks, Freddie Sanders, for that super chat. He said the dynamic duo.
Like I say, some call it Beavis and Butthead.
Which one's Beavis?
Yeah.
They were both stupid.
Yeah, they're both stupid.
You don't look like a butthead, John. You look more like a crackhead, like I told you before.
Well, after this Tennessee tuxedo, we'll see.
Let's see, yeah. Let's see. Let's go down a little bit more. John.
Yeah.
Well, okay, there you go. Scott Anderson says, hey, guys, set up an international Forex account. You can avoid the bank charges and get the same rate as what the banks pay. Now, that would be nice. I'm really looking to see that, but
we got to figure something out.
I got to figure something out because
first we got to figure out how to stay here.
Yeah, because I'm getting real close. Hey,
he's Jeff, December. I'm February.
Jeff C says hello, Calvin and John and everyone. But but see, mine is December 5th. But you got to realize I'm not gonna wait till the last minute because, like my friend Philip up in Luzon, he was positive for his COVID test. His wife was negative. So it set him back. He had to cancel his plans, the money.
Did he ever get home?
He's leaving on May 28th now. He's going to go home. His mother died. He missed the funeral and everything like that. I'm not going to wait till the last minute because you got to get that exit clearance, guys. Don't forget that. If you're here for over 6 months consecutive, you have to get the exit clearance before you can leave the country. You've been bought all your ticket and everything. You get to the airport, they won't let you leave without that. Jeff C says 300 viewers. Wow. Yeah, we appreciate it, man. It's because of John.
Yeah, right.
John got a lot of fans out there. I appreciate it.
Like I said, I do this for something to do.
Philip Janik, and see this type of information I like to share. He said, if you have a dollar account, you just write a check 30 days in advance for your budget every month, and it will clear in 30 to 31 days. No fees, baby.
Okay, wow. Philip, you may be the viewer that put that on here before. I went down and talked to my bank. Now, my bank PNB, it's 45 days. And
Wow.
I keep saying 45 days, but 45 days later is not that long.
Yeah.
And they will only charge like, I think it's a quarter of a peso per dollar.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
So, I mean, so what do? You write the check and deposit it?
Yes, in your dollar account.
In your dollar account.
But you cannot take it out until, on my bank, it's 45 days later. And a lot of the others, it's 30. So
Yeah.
actually, that's the way to do it.
Yeah, it would be.
Because that would take mine from, $40 for 2,500 down to 15 or 20.
Yeah, there's got to be a way, because I'm going to tell you, when you're over here just as a tourist, it's best to bring all the money you're going to spend.
As long as you have under 10,000.
Yeah, as long as you have under 10,000. Bring all you're going to spend and cash it in. Don't be running back and forth to the ATM and different places like that, remittance, because remember, you're invisible over here, but when you do that, they see you when you go to the ATM machine. Don't they, John? They see you.
Oh yeah.
When you go to
I
the
don't use
lawyer.
them. I didn't use them in the U.S. I just don't trust them. I'm an old guy. Evan Bryan, John, how do you feel about the country's future ban on menthol? It's the first I heard about it.
Yeah, that's the first I've heard of it.
Well,
Do you smoke menthol?
yeah.
Is that what you smoke?
Yes. Always.
I used to work for Brown and Williamson.
Which is one of the biggies.
Yeah, and I used to work in the research and development. And we used to put, you would be shocked at what the flavors that they put in it.
No, I wouldn't.
Not just menthol, they put strawberry, vanilla. Smell your tobacco, not menthol, but smell a regular cigarette, man. It smells good. Same as liquor.
I
worked at United Distillers too, and and watch that process. It's very interesting. But yeah, we work in the research and development. They were developing new cigarettes.
Were they like testing them on you?
No, I didn't. What they'll do is, though, in America, because before I worked there, we used to go to this panel every so often where you test cigarettes. And I didn't smoke. I just went for the money. And that's how they do it. Same with food.
Well, I know in beer, they'll have a panel of their expert testers and they'll sample different batches and blend them and all that stuff.
Well, I used to go to the KFC. You ever went past in Louisville? I'm pretty sure you rode past
Harlansville?
No, Louisville, Kentucky. You passed the KFC headquarters.
Oh,
well, they'll call you in. They'll send you out a chance for you to sit on a panel. They'll try new chicken, different things like that. Menu item. They'll give you $20. You're there for about 30 minutes. I used to do that all the time.
The last time I got KFC was in Bucksnort, Kentucky, if you know where that's at. No. And the grease was running down, dripping off my arms the last time I ate it.
97420 Empire is a great thing he's saying. It's true. I say it all the time. He said, make sure to bring crisp new $100 bills. Yeah. Yes. They are very strict outside the USA on the bills they take.
If they got printed on them or something like that, I've had them kicked out by the money changers. What I did, because after I brought like $10,000 with me. Well, after about 7 or 8 months, I was getting kind of low, and all I had was these bills that they kicked out. I took them to SM, to their customer service, and they took them.
Yeah, I tried to. I was in Zamboanguita, right outside Dumaguete, and I was trying to. They wouldn't take my $20 bills. I had to go all the way down to Dumaguete to the money exchanger to get them, and they give you and anything less than a 20, they give you a lower exchange rate. So if you got tens, fives, and dollars, it's a lower.
So you're better off with hundreds.
Yeah, hundreds and fifties. Derek Casamara says it's Magnum John using the sex enhancers to make the women faint. He just took it.
It's not me. The women are small. I never had these complaints in the U.S. when I was in Mammoth Caves.
Yeah. The women they
here they're small.
They're wondering. They're looking at the clock. When is this guy gonna get done? Well,
I'm so tired.
I gotta do the laundry. Yeah, we've been on here. We've got about 6 minutes, guys. We got to get off of here because my wife, my girlfriend over here, she's peeking through the door and stuff.
I didn't see her.
Yeah, she's peeking through the door. You can't see it, John. You've been drinking wine. You're getting
just
there.
A little bit. But I limited myself this time.
Hey, Pumpkin Joe's is on here.
Hey,
Filipino
Pumpkin Joe.
Experience. We ate with him last week.
Pumpkin Joe has the cutest little girl.
He said, I quit smoking 25 years ago when I found myself waking up and driving to a 7-Eleven at 1 a.m.
Yep.
because I was out of cigarettes. Horrible habit. Yeah.
I agree.
It's one of the hardest to quit.
But you don't find me waking up at 1 going to 7-Eleven because I already got my stockpile.
So what's the cigarettes? What's the cost of cigarettes over here?
Okay, cigarettes, when I came here in 2018, they were about $1 a pack. Now they're about $2.50 a pack.
Wow.
So they've really went up, and so has alcohol.
But that's still cheap, right?
Compared to the U.S., when I left in 2018 in Tennessee, which is a low tax because they're a tobacco producer, they were about $6 or $7 a pack then.
Yeah, I know when I was, the last time I checked in Chicago, I'm not from Chicago. I had to go there for some training for 2 weeks. This is 2012, John. They were $9 and something for generic. For generic. Well, you know, in Chicago, it's like selling drugs. They'll be they sell cigarettes like they do here.
By the piece?
By the stick.
You know, I never saw cigarettes sold by a piece until I went to Memphis, Tennessee, and they were sold down there.
Yeah, they do them in Chicago because they're expensive.
I bet.
$11 for a pack of cigarettes.
Okay, Oregon's $10 a pack. So
wow.
Canada's very expensive. I know that.
Boom J says, yes, the women are very small, but no rush. Good afternoon, fellas from Southern California. Yeah, well, see, I love Filipino women, and that's the reason I like them, because they're small like that.
Oh, me too.
You know, they look good. They got the well-proportioned bodies, and perfect to me.
Until they're with you for 6 months or a year, and then they start getting a little chubby.
Well, my girl hasn't gotten chubby yet. She's down back really, really good.
I mean, I'm just being honest. When I went out and had a cigarette, I kind of looked at her. Tell you what, 36 feels pretty damn good.
Yeah, when she starts back working out, I don't know when. I'm at the hard bodyguard, man, because I'm gonna tell you.
Well, she looks pretty damn good.
Philip Jennings said,
hey, that might be the
inform them before you go and have a USA telephone number, or they won't even talk to you, John.
Who's that?
I don't know. Is he talking about the bank?
You need to inform them. I don't know who them is.
AC King said many stores have increased security for Newport cigarettes. Wow. Most favored by black customers. I don't know.
No, I'll agree with him, and I'll tell you why. Newports, I've smoked them before. I was in West Virginia. There's others stronger, but I didn't even know they still sold them until I moved to Memphis, Tennessee. Everybody smoked Newports there, but it's about 80% black, so that's true.
But that's another thing here. Everywhere you go, there's security, right?
Yes.
Security guards.
Yes. You see guys with pistol grip, sawed-off shotguns.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
It's more people. This is crazy, though, and you'll be shocked with this. There's more security in the grocery store than in the bank. I never figured that out yet. I mean, they're stumbling over each other, so many.
Now, over at City Mall, which is not very far from us, there
was a lot of them.
They had a security guard out front. He had a holster with bullets, but no pistol. So I asked him, I said, what are you going to do if you get robbed? Throw bullets at him?
But
he didn't think it was very funny.
That City Mall has, let's see, they got two in that entrance where you live.
Ace Hardware has one.
Yeah, one. They got one in Watson. They don't have one in the Jollibee. I guess the one in Watson is for them.
I guess.
Then they got 5 in Seymour.
They got a bunch of them.
And then they got one on the entrance, the other entrance. I'm like, wow.
I forgot about that.
What in the world's going on here? But in Seymour, there's more than you have at the bank. That's crazy. All right, guys, we got about 2 minutes. We're going to get off of here. Steve Brown says I always carry a couple of thousand up my butt.
Well, better you than me. Okay, this one guy keeps asking twice. I hope to have my girl on our live stream next Friday if I can get her to do it. Calvin's girl will not. These girls are shy. They don't want to get online.
We are all one. Says easier just to use crypto than a bank account. I'm not touching that crypto.
I'm not even.
And I'm not having anything against it. I just don't have enough information.
Same with me. I have done well in the stock market over the last, 40 years. It took me a long time to learn that. I'm not learning.
I see where Elon Musk has turned he's done a 180. They're not going to take that cryptocurrency for purchase of their vehicles anymore.
I wonder why.
Yeah, I wonder why. The professor said, why does the title say Calvin and John when John is on the other? I don't understand that. He. What's that mean?
I have no idea.
Yeah, he must be drinking same thing you drinking, John. The professor. Cedric Edwards said, I tried only dating taller women in the Philippines, but after a year, I finally broke and I got used to my normal smaller women. Yeah. Matthew Thompson said, that was fun. Thanks, guys. Keep cool. Yeah. It's hot out here now, guys. I'm going to tell you.
John is on the left.
Yeah. Oh, okay. The professor said on the wagon. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, Calvin doesn't drink. I do a little.
Anymore. I'm on the right.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Red horse.
Yeah. And then Derek Casamara says ladyboys. We were just talking about that today.
Oh.
Be careful with the ladyboys, guys, because they're the ones with the AIDS, man, right now.
Like I said, 850 cases per month, 801.
Yeah. But see, a lot of men over here, their hustle, because they don't have work, their hustle is to, have sex with a ladyboy. No, to have sex with a ladyboy.
Oh, okay.
They claim they're not really gay, they just do it for the money. Well that's their hustle over here. That's
something we talk about real quick. There's some words we should probably say for next time. Tomboy here means lesbian. Because I'd say, hey, she's a tomboy. My wife says she's not gay. They call lady boys and gay men a gay. That's what they call it.
Yeah, a bakla, something like that. But yeah. Philip Jennings said, if you're going to live, have at least $5,000 for setup costs. Yeah, in case you have to furnish a place in 2 months rent. Retain a lawyer and hire a Filipino fixer to get you the best deal on a rental.
I don't know if I agree with that.
Well, I didn't need not for a rental. I didn't need it. Just ask around. But yeah, in the long run, John, you did have to hire a lawyer or something, didn't you?
I hired a lawyer, and
to get an ID. Imagine that, guys. He needed a lawyer just to get a postal ID.
And they kept blowing me off at the post office. I went to this lawyer, paid him 1,200 pesos, $24.
Yeah.
And he said, go down at 1 o'clock. The head of the post office will be there to meet you. And I went down at 1 o'clock. The head of the post office was there. And I hate doing that.
Yeah. Jeff C. said, John is Calvin's special guest for a weekly live stream. Yeah, we just call it the Calvin John Show.
I've been called special before.
Yeah.
Be careful, John. You look like you knew
what you were doing. That would be.
There was a cheek action? Oh.
No, there was a cheek action. Yeah.
Well, I've observed that many times.
China says if you get a headache from Red Horse, does that mean it's too cheap and quality ingredients are too strong?
Well, I'll tell you what, I've drank a lot of Red Horse. I don't prefer it. I prefer the Pale Pilsner or even the Golden Eagle. If it gives you a headache, that just means you drank too much. GMS, if I got it right, that is a liquor they have here. It is poison. Don't drink it. I can drink a half a fifth of Tanqueray 80 proof rum, go to bed for 8 hours. I get up, I feel fine. With a GSM, I feel like shit for days. I'm going to tell you something else. I'm going to give y'all a treat because they're going to offer it to you when you get over here. That coconut wine. Oh, God. Don't drink that. Don't do it. They've had a lot of problems with it, being poison and killing people. But just the regular good coconut wine, it's going to get you drunk as hell. And they're going to take advantage of you if you do. I've drank the tuba. Right? That's what I'm saying. The tuba, yeah. I've drank it many times. But I've only a little bit. It gives you the shits, okay? It's not really that strong, but usually when you get drinking, a lot of guys don't drink that much. I drink a lot. And yeah, so it won't take advantage of you, but it'll give you the shits. And it tastes like vinegar. Beer rocks.
Yeah, all ass, dude.
I like beer.
Butter pecan ice cream. Well, I didn't see too much over here. They like a lot of this. Remember, we're in the Philippines. They like mango.
The mango's pretty good. They got cashew.
Ube.
I haven't had it. But let me tell you, I bought some of the most expensive ice cream here. It had, what is it, Cadbury chocolate. The ice cream here doesn't taste as good at home. Graders in the Louisville, Cincinnati area, you're not going to find anything that good here.
Philip Jensen, Calvin too will make you go blind. Yeah, I don't suggest you guys drink it, man. It's really, really cheap. And, the locals drink it. They make it homemade.
Well, I thought they made it out of the coconut water. No, they get the sap out of the coconut tree to make that. Like I say, every time I had it, it tastes like shit. It tastes like vinegar. It gives me the shits.
China says the coconut wine like moonshine. Yeah, it's equivalent. No, I mean, it's
much stronger.
I'm saying it's equivalent to it. That homemade stuff.
Or homemade wine. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, the last time I got drunk was down in a little place called Elkmont, Alabama, and they had that white lightning down there.
Well, now that's horrible. That's grain alcohol. You can die from drinking that.
I mean, that's really bad. Phil James said it is moonshine. If I start drinking again, I'm gonna change my channel, John. The Moonshine Show.
Well, better than Shoeshine Shoulders.
Yeah, so Phil Jennings, if I start drinking again, which I won't.
Oh, there's Lynn. Thank you, Lynn. Good to see you. Yeah, well, she works.
Oh, that's right. She got a job during the pandemic. Yeah, she's working over there. Now, Lynn, I can say that I don't think she's changed, John. I think she's still a real life Filipino.
I'll tell you what. I like
so. If you meet Lynn over there, guys, you're probably going to meet a good quality woman, Filipina, who lives in America, because she was born here but migrated there, I think, at 15. So
is that was it that late?
Yeah, so I think she still got enough.
Well, so Lynn, tell us, are you married? Do you have a boyfriend? I'd like to know.
Well, she put that face up there, John. That means none of your business.
I don't blame her. Born in Luzon.
Oh, wow.
So up north.
Yeah. She's one of the smart ones.
Single. Guys, wow. Lynn is single. I've seen her picture. We got 300 likes.
No, let's see if we can get to 300 likes before we get out there, John. Tennessee Traveler says that Boom J, whatever time it takes you to get here to Cebu, plus 3 or 4 hours
to cross that.
No, to cross the mountains
and take the ferry to St. That's about right.
Not from Cebu, no. It's
longer?
It's about 2.5 to 3 hours.
Yeah. Okay, I was thinking more like 4, but you probably I've done it a couple times, but I never timed it either. I mean,
it's usually about 2.5 to 3 hours because it takes about, depending on if that ferry is on time, that's about 45 minutes to an hour. Then it takes about an hour and a half, depending on the traffic in downtown Cebu.
And that can be bad sometimes. Okay.
Hey, thanks, Coleman FMF, for the $5 super sticker. We really appreciate it, man. Thank you so much.
Tango-wise, ethanol, in reason-wise, not imported. Actually, the Tango is a very good world-class rum.
She said, I hit the light. It's up to 260. All right.
Can we get 3?
Let's see if we can get 300.
I'll tell you what, we get to 3.
Let's make the Dumagetti disciples jealous. If we get 300, they'll be angry.
One of the main Dumagetti disciples, I saw that he's moving to Bacolod.
Oh, wow. Bacolod.
He's
moving in our part of the woods,
I know, in our province.
We don't want it over here. Don't bring that foolishness here.
Well, maybe the girls start wearing bikinis.
In Bacolod, yeah.
I went to Whispering Palms last Sunday. You know how many bikinis I saw? 0.
Yeah. You very seldom going to see them. I've seen them on Lackawanna Island.
That's what you said.
That's one of the places where the beautiful people hang out.
And believe me, if there was a woman there with a bikini, I would have noticed.
Jeff C. said, Dumagetti disciples. That's the name I gave him. And one of them is Jesus. The Dumagetti Jesus, the main one.
Oh, okay. The one I'm talking about.
The rest of them are disciples.
Jesus.
Yeah, he's the Dumagetti Jesus.
I love it.
The rest of them are his disciples. Glenn says, love Calvin and John's team, stress buster for sure. Absolutely. we live stress-free over here.
I do.
I do. I haven't had a stressful moment, when my kids was born. That's it.
I had a stressful moment when my picture was being taken by the policeman yesterday, but other than that, and I wasn't that bad. He was very polite to me.
Mr. Bodo said, keep your hands where we can see him.
Well, I did take that Tennessee tuxedo.
He said, I'm going to name my next fantasy football team the Doomaggetty.
I love it. Kona Ranger there says, have you been to Buffalo City?
Buffalo City. Nice yeah.
He goes every 2 months.
Yeah.
I go every 6 months. Yeah, we've been there many times.
The more I go, Kona Ranger, the more I like it, because I'm going to tell you something. There's beautiful women all over the Philippines, but you go to that SM mall there, John,
yeah, it's nice.
and oh my God, there's some beautiful women.
Oh, I agree with that.
But the mall, I wouldn't suggest you meet women there, because it's like the church here. They dress up, and it's it's a special occasion for Filipinos, because a lot of them don't buy anything. They just go there to be seen.
Okay, Lynn. Yes. After this is over, go to the beginning of the video. I explained what happened to me yesterday. I'm kind of shook up over it.
Yeah. Scott Anderson said John's lucky they did not look up his pic on the FBI.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Well, I know you got to go through some type of vetting to get an SRRB. Is it through the FBI?
I have no idea. You probably got to use police clearance. I'm sure.
Mr. Bodo says because City has some decent places to eat. Absolutely. I like the place you told me about, the Circle Inn.
Oh, isn't that great?
When you go to Bacala, the food is good, and it's only 1,500 pesos a night. This place is nice.
But their food is a little expensive, in my opinion, for not for U.S. prices, but for Filipino prices.
It's not as good as the Ma'awani.
Oh, Ma'awani.
That's the best food. I've been I've been to Luzon, I've been to Visayas, Cebu, Davao, Mindanao. The Ma'awani Hotel here in San Carlos City has the best food. I'm telling you, man.
Best food I've had in the Philippines. It's good.
It's good. I mean, I don't care what you eat there. It's delicious.
How many pesos for your capture, John? Well, I'll tell you what, there is definitely a price on my head on the east side of Southern Lady. How much, I don't know.
Lynn says, I watched all of Calvin's videos since The Matrix started promoting his video. I watch it every day.
Thank you,
Lynn. Yeah, The Matrix, they will. Once you get close, they'll push you out there, and you better have some content, or people will cut you off. They'll turn you.
Lynn, when you come over here to visit, let us know. We'd love to interview you. I mean, if you're at Luzon, we'll come up. We'll take you out.
Everything's on us. You don't have to do
That's nothing. Right.
Yeah, because we like when Filipinos are on her.
Oh yeah,
we get it straight from them.
That's right.
And it has more value coming from them.
My mother had an FBI file for what?
Yeah, I believe it. What's this? Boomum says, is Airbnb the best place to find a 3 to 6 month rental? Well, if you're going to be here 3 to 6 months, you might as well go ahead and get you a regular apartment.
Mine's $140 a month, but it's unfurnished. I think if you went to, especially now, if you went to any of these pension houses and said, hey, I'll stay here 3 months, give me a deal.
See, if he came to San Carlos, depending on where you are, our lease is month to month here. This is the only place I've ever had, because these people got money. They're legitimate renters. It's month to month. Is yours month to month?
Well, I've been there. July will be 2 years. I signed one lease, and they asked me if I do a year. I said, no, I'll do 6 months. And that ran out a long time ago. So I don't know.
Yeah, I'm month to month here, see, and that would be what would probably be best for you to do. If you're gonna stay here 3 to 6 months, I wouldn't.
And deal with them.
Yeah, I wouldn't try to do a Airbnb. You're gonna lose. Even though you can go, if you're in Cebu, you can go to Mavisa Garden and you can rent a condominium there for about $300 a month. And that includes the condo fees and the electric too. So, and it's really nice. Yeah. Lynn says, I can't wait to see when Calvin shows off his little home in paradise is being built. Yeah, we're actually going to start building, Lynn, the We get the building permit. He said next week. And then I'm going to take y'all on every step of the way from the groundbreaking, everything. Because I got to be there every day. I'm sorry. I don't trust him. But it don't matter anyway. I got to be there every day. But yeah, Lynn, I'm excited. You know, it's a small house, but hey, some guy said, why don't you make it bigger? Man, that's all I can afford. I can barely afford that. You know, 52 square meters, that's pretty big over here for a typical house, you know, really. Frank Ellis said, hit the like button. But Luke John Baker says, OFW school teachers always stay with us in the USA when they want to come to the biggest city in North Dakota, my hometown. Lots of OFWs from the Philippines. Yeah, it's a lot of OFWs in America. A lot of them well, some of the ones I met are student. They're on some kind of student visa for 1 year, but a lot of them have overstayed their visa, and they eventually try to either marry or get pregnant by. And I'm not saying all of them, but a lot of them that I've met over there, they do that because, you know, when you get over there to America, man, it's hard coming back if you're Filipino. I don't kind of blame them. Doug Carr says, Cal, do you think there would be any call for someone who can sew shorts and shirts for Westerners?
You're not going to work as cheap as the Filipinos do.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But if you offered something like that, Doug.
You can get it done here. I don't know what it costs, but it'd be cheap.
Yeah, that's right. They've got so many tailors here. I forgot about that.
Every town has 2 or 3 or 4.
Yeah. And they're good, too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, they've been doing it all their lives.
Lynn says, oh, yeah, that would be fun to watch. Yay, my mom had had her big house renovated in Luzon, but she was here in Cali. And the contractors bought all the cheapest materials in different color tiles. It was a mess. Yeah. And that's the red flag this engineer is giving me, even though he seems like a legitimate guy, Lynn. He keeps talking about how expensive the materials are here in St. Carlos, so he's going to Bacala for the cheaper materials. But that's for him, not for me.
That's right.
He's not doing me a favor. He's doing it. The less money he has to spend, the more he gets put in his pocket. And that kind of scares me, but, you know.
The apartment building I live in, April was 2 years for it. The workmanship on it, if I built that, I'd probably be in jail because I'd try to hurt somebody.
But I'd like to show you a house right around the corner from here that's being built. It's beautiful. And these guys are really on top of it. It's one of the most beautiful houses I've seen in this city. They're building it now. They're almost done. It's really, really nice. Now, will it hold up? I don't know. But it has that Spanish roof, the Spanish tile roof.
Well, if it's clay tiles, those will last for like 100 years.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I don't think whoever building this house didn't spare any expense.
Okay, Conan Ranger says, Doug, filter water business is better. On my street, it's a very small street, there's 2. Once again, I don't think you're going to do it cheaper than the Filipinos.
Yeah, Doug Cope, he says the filter water business is better. Yeah, but it's a lot of them here
There's
too.
2 on my street.
And remember, guys, if you come over here with a brick and mortar business, expect trouble.
I agree.
I'm just saying, don't do it, man. You know,
online business only.
Yeah, because I'm gonna tell you something. The profit margin is so small over here. You know,
Yes.
If you can do something or offer a service that the Filipino can't, then why not? But if you can't, man, if you're gonna come in business with them, you're gonna get some visitors, and they're probably gonna burn it down. I hate to tell you.
Or try to get money off of you.
Philip Jennings said Dumaguete has 2 scheduled brownouts a week. We were just talking about that today. That's a lot, and it's more than usual. And it's coming here to St. Carlos too. I'm sick of it.
Oh, I am too. We had one the other night for what, 3 or 4 hours.
Unscheduled.
Yeah.
Because especially now in May, it's so hot, guys. You can't get used to it, man.
I recommend everybody comes here buy a rechargeable battery fan. I wouldn't buy one. I figured it was a piece of crap. My wife bought me one, and it saved me.
Jose Villanova says, trust your gut feeling, Calvin, and get what you pay for, because at the end of the day, it's your property and not his.
You probably ought to buy the material.
Yeah, but see, the problem is over here, Jose, is you don't want to piss people off. This guy's well connected. That's the only problem that I'm gonna have with him. While we were meeting with him, he got a call from the mayor. If I was to screw him over, I'm locked in with him on this first phase. Now, if we decide to extend, maybe I won't deal with him, because when you deal with these well-connected people, they know
everybody.
They know the motorcycle tandem people.
They know everybody.
And you don't want to piss the wrong people off here. And John always asks me all the time, are they that petty over here? Absolutely. They will kill you. The Philippines, as hot as it is, it's a very cold place, if you know what I mean. They will kill you and won't have a second thought about it.
That's because the problem is solved.
The problem is solved.
Yeah, there's no consequences for it.
Yeah, a VIP just got killed here today. This guy was a mover and shaker. He got killed, and now it's like on the business.
Pumpkin Joe, that procession on your video that you filmed from the quick check, that was his.
Yeah, that was his. This was a very, very powerful guy. And I'm not really talking about it because I don't know anything about it. I don't want to get in trouble.
Yeah, really. But
it's business as usual now. It's over. But I just read where they exhumed his body. They're going to do a big investigation.
Oh, really? I didn't see that.
Duterte said, no, we got to find out what happened to him.
As far as I know, that's the only murder that's happened in St. Carlos this year.
Yeah, and it's very cold over here, and
Have you been to the casinos? No, I don't gamble. I work too hard for my money.
Philip Janik said, don't take work away from the Filipinos. You will be hurt, definitely.
And their profit margins are only
Yeah, and that's what I tell people. But see, Philip, when I tell people that, they get mad at me. But see, he knows what he's talking about, man. You take the food off their table in the long run, man, they're going to get you.
And you don't want to work cheaper than them. You won't do it.
You won't
stay in the U.S. if you got to work.
Frank Ellis says motorcycles cheap over here. Yeah. Basically, they're
$2,000.
They're scooters. No, that's a good one. The one my girlfriend got cost $2,000.
Okay.
That's the 150.
That's 150.
She had a 125 before. You can get one for about $1,200, but they're basically what we call mopeds over there.
Yes.
That's all they are.
You don't see the big Harleys here. Very seldom.
If you do, they're rich. The rich people.
Yes, very rich. Now I saw a newer Mustang while they were smoking. That's the first time I've seen one of them.
I saw a new what's the other? Not the Nissan. Not the what's the one that they make in Tennessee? The car.
Well, they do make Nissans there. They make Volkswagens there. They make. Oh, I know.
What's that one in there? They got the sports car now. I saw one of them yesterday. It was nice. Not Corvette. The foreign automaker that the Japanese
Toyota.
No, it's not.
Oh, well.
In Tennessee.
I ran out.
But anyway, I saw one of them yesterday. Conan Ranger said, yeah, that's true, Calvin. Yeah, it is, man. Yeah, you don't want to fuck with the wrong people. Excuse my language over here.
Mr. Brown asks, how's gasoline over there? Double the price of U.S. Well, maybe not double right now with the crisis, but it's about $4 a gallon.
Yeah, it's high over here.
Yeah, about
it's about 50. It's about $1 per liter.
As I say, about $4 a gallon. Not quite, and that's normal.
But you gotta realize though, that's expensive over here.
$4 here, if you're only making $2 a day, is a lot of money.
That's a lot of money. Let's see. Doug Carr says, Kia, is it the Kia? No, it's not. It's the
Kia's
other
in
one.
Alabama, I believe. I used to work in automotive plastic injection.
Keep going, guys, because my man escapes me today. Wow. Web designer design faster, 67 pesos. My God.
An hour?
That's it. No. Here, he said.
Here.
Talking about the gas.
Wow. Ours is in the 50. I don't think it's up to 60.
I
I don't buy it. He don't buy it.
When I was on my way to Pipeline, this was about a month ago. It was a little bit over a month ago. It was 58.
Well, maybe it is 67 here. I say neither one of us buy it. Oregon, $3.35 a gallon. Wow.
Well, that's kind of cheap. Remember, it stayed at like under $2 for a long time, man.
Yeah.
So you can't really be.
Well, that's because the U.S. was the largest producer of natural gas, oil, and gasoline in the world.
Well, Lynn San Diego says $4.59.
Oh my God!
I guarantee you, it's higher in Chicago than it is in San Diego
because of the taxes.
Well, I don't know. I'm just saying it's really high in Chicago. It seems like everything is.
Wow, we're up to 12 o'clock. I mean, if they want to keep watching, I don't mind. I don't have anything else to do. I need something to drink.
No, we're trying to get to 300. If we can get to 300, we're getting out here.
286. That's pretty darn good.
Yeah. Johnny got thirsty, and then I got to go to the store with my girlfriend. So, yeah, guys, I appreciate all the super chats, all the super stickers, the thumbs up, just your kindness, your generosity, support of the channel. I always say that all the time because I really mean it. The quirky billionaires, Elon Musk net worth has dropped by $20 billion since his less than star-making comedy debut. Forbes estimate.
I know he was on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, but hell, $20 billion. What's he worth? $50 billion or something. They said, this big divorce between Bill Gates says he's worth $137 billion. Now, who needs that kind of money? Why would one individual need that kind of money?
Oh, I agree. I think Bill Gates. Everybody says I look like Bill Gates. I think he wants to get rid of his wife and come over here and live our life. That's what I think.
Well, it's an Asian woman in the middle of it.
Oh, really?
And plus, now it's coming out now. Him and Epstein were real close. So
I guess he's going to McGetty then.
Yeah, him and Epstein were really, really close. And when you get that kind of money like that, you get weird. You start doing some weird stuff. That's all I can say.
I didn't have that much, and I started doing.
But if you're in America, it's getting late, man. Before you let your head hit the pillow.
I tell you, we're almost there. We only need 8 more.
Yeah. Hey, Cal, damn it, there he is, Cal. What's going on? Thanks for the super chat.
Please, 8 more so we can get
up there.
Always
here. Good show again. You look good, John.
Well, thank you, Cal. Appreciate that.
Before you let your head hit the pillow, find somebody to help. But, John, if you're on one of them late grocery runs,
we only need 6 more.
Beer runs, weed runs, you're just getting off second shift, or you're on your lunch break, you see somebody in the street, buy them something to eat, buy them something to drink, give them a couple of dollars. If you're in the Philippines, what time you say it is? 12 noon, John?
Yes, 12.
You have the whole rest of the day to find somebody to help. Millions of people over out at work, they need help.
4 more likes.
4 more likes.
Thank you,
because I know one thing. If I don't know nothing else, man, when we help other people, we help ourselves. 1 more.
1 more.
Take care. Stay safe. Stay COVID free. We'll
see you next time. Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
That 302 was for the Dumageddon disciple.
And I think that's a record for
We'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Take care.